all right. Looks like we are live. I'm sorry for starting up a bit later, guys. Just had a few different things make sure that I, didn't have technical problems or didn't have issues with my stream deck or anything like that before we started. But yeah, sorry about going a little bit late, but we are here. We are live. We are locked in, and it is JoJo Friday PE Live. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate that. Hope all of you guys are once again having a great day. I know I am. Obviously, we had the big Donkey Kong Bananza giveaways and stuff like that. So everyone's pretty much been contacted, or everyone's reached out to me. You guys are going to be getting your codes very soon. So all of you guys are going to be getting your codes very soon. When it comes to the Donkey Kong Bananza giveaway. Those are all coming this weekend. So shout outs to everybody that entered. Shout outs to everybody that won. But now we've got to get back to business, of course. Talk about our first impressions. Of course, no spoilers when it comes to Donkey Kong and all that. I was able to play a lot more. Finish up most of the first area. Pretty much just got to get a couple more of those... a couple more of those things and then I'm good. Let's see here.
I just heard one of the best remixes of a song in Donkey Kong Banana. This game is what I needed right now.
I think this is what we all needed. Donkey Kong Bonanza. We all needed it. It had pretty much been a month. We had Mario Kart, but now it's time to kind of get the stable flow of games going. I agree. I needed it too, man. I needed it because I finished Guardians of Azuma. So I was like, okay, I need another single-player game to kind of play while I'm playing, Mario Kart on the side and stuff like that. So for me, it was definitely what I needed as well. I think we all kind of needed it. And it's good. It's a really, 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 really good game. But we're going to get into some nonsense with this game that the internet just can't stop. I mean, most people are cool. Most people don't, aren't acting insane. But there's this insane logic that some people are trying to put out, even from people that are my mutuals. And it doesn't even make any sense. It makes zero sense. It's never made sense. And we're gonna debunk it tonight. So get ready for that. Get ready for that good stuff. So yeah, man. Let's see here. Wait, so why are you early though? Your streams are usually late on Friday? Well, it depends. I have like every off Friday where I don't see my daughter. So some Fridays I see her, some Fridays I don't. So if I don't see her, then I'll have a normal time. But if I do see her, then it'll be late at night. So it's just kind of same thing with Monday. It's just some Mondays I see her, some Mondays I don't. So it just depends on the time. If I see her, then I have to. Then it's going to be late. If I don't, then it's not. So that's kind of how it works on Fridays. But like next Friday, I'm going to see my daughter. So it's going to be like it'll be a late night JoJo Friday. Chris the Shriner Dog with the $5 dono. Just got to correct you from the last Spawncast. I'm from Seattle. Oh, you're from Seattle. Live in Salt Lake City, but drive to Missouri through Wyoming every week. Oh, okay. My bad. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris the Shriner Dog. Yo, I appreciate that. Sorry for mixing you up on that. From Seattle. My bad. Big love. Thank you for the $5 dono. That does get us to 8 on the combo board and a new Hokage. Thank you for the $5 dono, Mr. Chris the Shriner Dog. Anybody does 5 or more, you can beat out Chris the Shriner Dog on the board. Chris TS on the board. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. 5 on both counts. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, my bad. Oh, man. Sorry about that. I was like, oh, man, what information did I get wrong? I thought it was like a video game thing. Oh, man. So yeah. What's up, players? What's up, Craig? What's up, baby? Better than Odyssey. There's some things that Donkey Kong Bonanza does better than Odyssey. There's some things that Odyssey does better than Donkey Kong Bonanza. But I don't think I'm far enough to even make that determination yet. But I would say, yeah, there's definitely a lot of good things. But I mean, it should be better than Odyssey, right? Because it's like 7 years after or 8 years after. So I mean, like, that would be the goal, right? Would be to make a game that's better. Let's see here. Would you consider Donkey Kong Bonanza an RPG? No, it's not an RPG. No. Are there RPG elements? Yes, but it's not really. It's not even close to being an RPG. No. My voice sounds off. It's just because I kind of lost my voice a little bit from streaming Donkey Kong for so many hours, so that's the only reason why. And I've been editing. I've been doing a lot of voiceover and editing this week, so my voice is a little, I would say I lost my voice just a little bit. Let's see here. Shout out, still cool guy. Appreciate you. I knew DK would be my game of the year the moment it was revealed. Odyssey was my favorite Switch game. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you feel that Odyssey was your favorite Switch game, then yeah, obviously DK was going to be, you know, from the same team, was going to be high on the list, you know? Mario Kart's okay. I have a streamer friend who's obsessed over it. Needs something different to distract me from him. Yeah. I mean, but that's the normal. A lot of people don't understand. Not a lot of people, but people just don't understand, like, the flow of Nintendo's releases. And I don't know why people don't understand this, because maybe because most people who have a Switch 1 didn't get Switch 1 when it first launched. So maybe it launched and, like, you know, or they got it like in 2018 or 2019 or 2020 or whatever. They got it afterwards once there was like a number of games. But I don't understand why people don't realize that this is the cadence of releases. Some people don't understand it. They think that somehow Nintendo's going to just drop like 17 games all at once or like 15 games all at once and then somehow be able to have games every single month, which just makes no sense. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, this is the cadence. Pretty much every month you get something dope, you get something new, first party game, and then over the course of time it accumulates, and then of course, you know, peppered in with some third party here and there. So that's just kind of how it is. That's the winning formula that they have with the Switch 1 that they're doing with the Switch 2 as well. So yeah. Okay, we do gotta change this with the whole Donkey Kong thing. Let me give me a second here, guys. Cloud bar. Yeah, I got the timer. Yeah, I gotta turn that timer off until we get our new give. We're gonna have another giveaway next month. We'll see what we'll do next month. Probably wait till after the direct, see what games launch. Yeah, what's up, Elias? Welcome. Shout outs. What's up, Ava Cook? I still have to go through shout outs. What's up, Dawson? What's up, the cool guy? What's up, Shaw X? What's up, Dior? Big love to Dior, like always, here first. First Ninja Blood, Mustache Man, General Zamora, Party Man. What's good, guys? Sidious, David V. How can I not do shout outs? Nintendork, what's up, man? David Dampier. Yoshi, what's up, Yoshi? Welcome. If you're here in the chat, make sure you hit that like button, guys. Get a hype JoJo Friday. Talk about Donkey Kong and more. And make sure you chat below. Talk about what your first impressions are of the game. No spoilers, of course, but just first impressions of how you feel about it. What's up, Katana Riku? What's good? What's up, Dr. Birdie? OJ, DK Bananza is peak. Shaw X says, OJ the Juice Man, the Fiber Man. Mr. Zerkron, what's up, man? Welcome. George FT, so what's up, George FT? Brandon Johnson. Anthony's Galactic Games, what's good? Adam David finally ordered Switch 2 along with Donkey Kong. Hey, there you go, man. You gotta get it. Dude, even the haters are starting to get the Switch 2. Even the haters are starting to get the Switch 2 overall, man. I'm going to be hydrating quite a bit, guys, just because I felt like today I couldn't even run or work out just because my feet were a little tender, a little swollen from running so much the day before. So just want to make sure that I stay hydrated today. A lot of protein, pretty lean day for me. So I'm just going to be drinking water throughout the stream and talking to you guys so I can make it throughout the whole stream because it's going to be a long stream. I can feel it on JoJo Friday here. Let's go. 8 on the combo board, 15, and we'll get the first extension as well. Ryan Cardo, what's up, man? Just another $3 dono.
Man, these challenges are starting to get harder and harder. I love it. Lol, can I get some Odyssey music?
Yes, sir. Odyssey music coming up. Thank you so much, Justin, with another $3 dono. I appreciate that, man. Let's get some Steam Gardens. Thank you for the big $3 dono. That actually puts you back into the Hokage lead over Chris the Shriner Dog with the $6 total. Anybody does 6 or more, you can tie up or pass it my man Justin on the board. Thank you so much. 11 on the combo board as well. Let's go. Close to that first extension on the stream. Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, Psycho Pie? My man with 49ers hat, Madden coming to Switch 2 next month. I see you, my guy. It has nothing to do with Madden coming to the Switch 2 next month, my man. I wear this 49ers hat all the times, but thank you, I appreciate it. But it literally has nothing to do with Madden. Like, I legit haven't bought Madden in forever, so has nothing to do with it. I bought this hat at the beginning of the last 49ers season because I like the hat. I saw George Kittle wear it, so I was like, oh, that hat looks pretty cool, so I bought it. That's the reason why I didn't buy it for Madden or anything like that. But yeah, I wear this hat. I've had it for more than a year now. I had it for I think the start of the 49ers 2023 or 2024 season. I think it was 2023 season. Yeah, I bought it in 2023. So the hat's going on 2 years old now. But thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $3. Shout outs to Justin. What's up, Ryan Cardo? Welcome. Let's see here. No, it's all good. It's all good. What's up, Ava Cook? Welcome to the stream. Shout outs. They got DKV's out. Mario Kart's okay. Okay. Yeah, I already read that, Yoshi. Shout outs. Bro, Madden is coming to Switch first time for Nintendo console in 12 years. Yeah, I know. That's awesome. But yeah, this had nothing to do with that. Okay, this red screen is making my green screen go haywire. So let me just let me just go like that real quick. So yeah, I think the next Expedition would be the best game I played this year. Expedition, yeah, for me the top two right now. The top two is Expedition 33 House Gang and Donkey Kong Bonanza. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Older Madden? Or welcome to the stream. A lot of people wear sports teams hats for fashion. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do. I used to wear it for fashion back in the day. Like, I was never a New York Yankees fan, but I used to always wear New York Yankees hats because, like, in the early 2000s, it was just really popular for everyone to wear New York Yankees hats, even if you weren't a fan of the New York Yankees, because of 50 Cent. So 50 Cent made it popular, like G-Unit. So I like 50 Cent, I like G-Unit back in the day. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to wear Yankees hats too. So I used to wear Yankees hats all the time. And I'm not even a Yankees fan. I was a Seattle Mariners fan, but their hats look stupid. So they had like a freaking compass on it. Who's going to wear that? Let's see here. Big love. Hey, Vadset. What's up, Vadset? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Welcome. But yes, it is the first time that Madden is coming to a Nintendo platform, and it's actually been more than 12 years. It's the last time was 2012. So that was on the Wii U in 2012. So it's actually been 13 years. It's actually been going on 13 years from the last time that Madden was on Nintendo platform. So yeah, it's been a long time. Been a long time coming. So yeah. NFL Street's fantastic, but obviously it's a different type, simulation versus arcade football. What's up, Projo? How many hours are you in DK? I'm not sure. I haven't checked. But I played it for 4 hours. Last night. Played it again for some more time portable. Played it again this morning for a number of hours. So I'm not really sure how many hours I'm into it, but at some point I'll let you guys know. So at some point, all right, here we go. Oh, yeah, this is a little bit better. DK Bonanza just keeps getting better. That's for that's rare. It's actually common for games to get better and better as they go along. I mean, that's the ramp up. Most Nintendo games, as you go along, it gets better and better. It doesn't get worse usually, so it's not really rare for games to get better and better. That's actually common, at least from all the games that the good games that came out on Switch 1. It was actually fairly common for games to get better and better as you go along. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario RPG. I mean, I can name a million. Pikmin 4, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That's actually the sign of a good game, Shout outs to Justin with the $3 dono.
I'm afraid to know how many hours I have in DK.
I think your wife. I think your wife would probably be keeping tabs of that, or she's wondering what's going on. Like, where's my husband went? My husband has disappeared. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono. Let's go. Combo breaks. Close. One more combo to 15 extension. Let's go. One more combo. Let's see here. Shoot, doing great. My truck is tolerable now, and I can roll with the AC, but I had to put a refrigerant now and getting album cover ready for the next music release. Hey, shout outs. Let's go, man. Getting work done. What's up, Tiara? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Welcome. I finished Wind Waker and NSO and started DK, but just been smashing everything, making little progress. That's what I was doing for like an hour on my stream the other day. Literally, people were like wondering what's going on with this guy. I was in that beginning area just smashing everything to bits for like an hour plus. It was insanely addictive. And even now, like, I still smash everything to bits, but not as much. But definitely I'm smashing different stuff overall. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Shout outs to Old Manendorf. Why do so many internet weirdos keep hating on Zelda casting? These people are mentally ill. You agree? Some people are hating on the Zelda casting because there's a whole politics side to it with a lady that's trans. So So that's the reason why some are hating on that. They're making it seem as if they're trying to make it seem as if this person was more deserving or whatever because of, you know, because of how she identifies. So yeah, that's the reason why it's getting crazy. Mentally ill, I would say just like terminally online. You know, there's some people that are like, they take this stuff like, they take it as like some type of like activist, like human right movement or something. And it's not that. It's just, it's just Nintendo making a casting for Zelda who they felt would be good for the role. You know, they went with really young, unknown actors. So Hunter's not super young. I mean, she's not old, but they went with really young, you know, I think Link's like 15 or 16. Like the actual like IRL guy's like only like 15 or 16 years old. So they went with super young, unknown actors. That's what they wanted to go with. They didn't go with established actors for Zelda, and that's it. You know, so some people are turning it into like more than it needs to be, you know, over that. I mean, nobody was really calling. I mean, it was just some moron that was being an idiot. I mean, I'm not really going to give too much attention to these people because, once again, you know, the whole situation with Hunter, that was never a real rumor in the first place. Like, it was never a real thing in the first place. Listen, we don't know what the casting was like. We don't know what the auditions went like. We don't know who auditioned for the role. We don't know any of that. So to say, and I feel terrible for these young actors because now they get a breakthrough of a lifetime. You know, this is their big break to make it big and probably have maybe generational wealth, and it should be exciting for them. But instead, they're getting dragged by weirdos online. So yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, I think as an actor, you have to deal with some of that too in today's day. You know. Let's see. What are the odds we see people leak the second Switch Online multiplayer test? I mean, it's gonna happen. They leaked the first one, but how much does Nintendo? I don't think Nintendo cares that much because I don't think they were actually copyright striking or copyright claiming channels that did leak it. So I don't think they care that much. So yeah, sounds like a South Park episode. yeah, that's kind of something like that. With games getting better, the further you play, I've only felt the opposite. Once it was Expedition 33 didn't like the last act. Expedition 33 definitely gets better as you go along. Like in terms of like what your abilities are. So maybe you don't like everything about it, but in terms of the actual gameplay and the different types of enemies you encounter and the about pick those and abilities you get, it absolutely gets better and better as you go along. Absolutely. Let's see here. The discourse and the ending and the last act were fantastic. The ending was fantastic. So no, what I said is still true. Good games usually get better as you go along. The discourse of the casting got really uncomfortable, and it brings up the worst certain people. Yeah, this type of thing will anything to do with trans people or anything to do with certain like human rights and stuff like that will bring out the absolute worst on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So. I understand, like, I get it, you know, like, I see why people are mad or whatever, but at this time, I don't think it needs to be, like, this is not the battle to fight. Like, there's way more important battles that need to be fought, and this isn't the one to do it, you know? There's nothing here. Nintendo didn't discriminate or anything like that. Like, from what we understand, they didn't do any of that, you know? So, if you know about Nintendo, especially if you know about Nintendo here in the US, I mean, it's a little bit different in Japan, but even in Japan, I don't think they're sitting there and saying, we're not going to have this person because of X, Y, and Z. You know, I don't think that's it. They just picked the people that they felt would be the best for the cast. They went with young, unknown actors, and that's it, you know? So people are trying to turn it into some type of movement or thing, and it's not. It's not that, guys. It's not that. All because Hunter, they put a picture of Hunter side by side. She kind of has pointy ears like Zelda, right? Like, so it's like, that doesn't mean they want her. Like, we don't know. Like, first of all, we don't know what Zelda this one's going to be portraying. We don't know. People keep on comparing it to Breath of the Wild Zelda. We don't know if this is going to be Zelda from the original NES. We don't know if it's going to be, we don't know what representation of Zelda this is going to be. So Zelda's had many like variations of her look. I mean, yeah, they all look somewhat similar because of the bloodline, but there's been many interpretations of Zelda. There's been many interpretations of Link. Link doesn't always look exactly the same. I mean, he looks similar, but doesn't always look exactly the same. Go back and look at NES Link, okay? And then look at, Tears of the Kingdom Link, or go back and look at Link from Zelda 2, right? And then Link from Skyward Sword, right? So there's variations to how Link looks, and all of that. So and we don't, like I said, we don't know where they're gonna go when it comes to the story setting and all that. So yeah. So. My plans this weekend are to play video games and to edit. The same plans I always have. Play video games, edit, hang out with my family. Hunter and her people were trying to force themselves into the role. Very common. Two kids cast under 20. One of them is 16. Hunter's too old. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if that was what they were going, like, for the age thing. I don't know, but it seems like that, right? It seems like they're going for a very young cast, very young Princess Zelda, very young Link, right? So that's what they were going for. It seems that way. But yeah, I mean, maybe they were trying to force their. I don't know if they were trying to force their way. There was a article that came, I guess, from Hunter's PR team or Hunter's talent agency that put something out there like that. I mean, I don't know if she had a part of that. I think maybe they were trying to see if they can get her into the role or something. Obviously, that'd be anybody would want that role. If you're, a young lady in Hollywood, everybody would want that role. Everybody. Heck, I want that role. And there's no way I can be Princess Zelda. I want that role. You know what I'm saying? Anybody would want that role. So I get, if she did try to do some underhanded thing to try to get, drum up hype for herself to get the role. But I don't know if that was the case. There's been no confirmation that she had anything to do with that outside of it was the original rumor was from her PR team. So of course people are going to tie it back to her, So yeah. I'm super excited for the next 3D Mario. I know it's going to cook massively. The open world is going to be amazing. If it is an open world game, it might not be an open world game. They might want to go with a more of the linear Mario experience, like a Mario Galaxy. I mean, who knows? But we'll see. We'll see for sure. This is all dumb, so I'm good on that. Yeah, it's really dumb, Party Man. I agree. Like it's silly. To go back and forth on these type of things. I don't really spend too much time on the internet going back and forth with these people. All I said was, hey, can we not do this? Can we not do this? It's not fair to Bo, because it's just not. So yeah. Let's see here. A role into a movie, one of the premier IPs in the world is something anyone would want to get. Yeah, exactly. Everyone would want that. Everyone would want something like that. That's super cool. Like I said, it can be career defining, right? Career defining moment. And you can also make a lot of money in the process. Nintendo pays pretty good for those movie roles. So, see, that's why I'm on social media more. It's a cesspool. Yeah, exactly. It's a cesspool of just people being super weird, But I will say this. I think that some of the attention that the movie's getting, I think it was a natural boost for the movie, and all that. So, like I said, good news, bad news. A lot of these people that are probably backing, whoever, they're probably going to go watch the movie anyway. So if anything, like I said, it's almost like drop the price and misinformation arc. If anything, I think that it actually helped out. It's going to help out with the spreading of the news, because I actually heard about I was in Walmart and they talked about it in their Walmart radio. Was it Walmart? Yeah, it might have been like in the news section. They talked about the Legend of Zelda movie. Now, they didn't mention anything with the controversy, but they did mention it. I think it was Walmart news. It was either Walmart. I forgot exactly where I was. I think it was Walmart in their Walmart news section yes, it was the Walmart news section where they did go over the Zelda movie. So that's definitely good. And positives on controversies like this actually make it that will help get the attention of certain places. Right? And then if you get the attention of certain places, if they're not looking to do the drama stuff, they're just looking at, oh, wow, okay, the Zelda movie, let's talk about it. It's big enough to where we can talk about in our syndication, or we can talk about it on our podcast. That's good then. It ends up becoming a good thing, So I'm sure the movie's going to be good. Only thing I care about is the screenplay. I don't care who the actors will be, unless it's OJ. Then it'll be 100 out of 10, yeah. I can't act worth a nickel, so. I'm terrible. Although, to be honest, I've never actually tried to do acting. I'm pretty sure if I actually had time to sit down and read a script, and I can probably do some because I think that my streaming would help me with that. So, but I don't like doing scripted videos, but yeah, I can probably do something. But yeah, I haven't really done any acting in forever or anything at all. So yeah. Let's see. I'm not into DK whatsoever. I don't play his games, but my cousin told me to get Bananza. Oh my God, OJ Bananza blew me away. The world, gameplay, colors, game of the year material. Yeah, DK games are great, man. I've always loved DK games from day one. I was a big Donkey Kong fan in the arcades. Love Donkey Kong the original. Love Donkey Kong DKC 1, DKC 2, DKC 3. So I've been playing Donkey Kong for nearly 40 years. So it was a no-brainer that Donkey Kong was going to be good. It was a no-brainer for me. Let's see here. Can we stop with the Dreamcast comments? Like, why are we not? Why are you trying to force it down OJ's throat? Oh, like I said, it's like the old RGT comments where at least once a stream, everyone has to complain or bring up RGT. Now it's kind of shifted over to Dreamcast guy. Oh man. Jungle Beat acquired taste. Yeah, I wasn't as big of a fan of like the bongo games and all that, but what are you talking about? You were casting in the Black Keely video? Okay. I did, you know what, to be honest, hold up. That Black Keely stuff is all acting. I don't have like I memorized my lines for those. Never mind. Maybe I could do some acting. I totally forgot about the Black Keely stuff. That's not just on the fly. Like, that's actually stuff that I looked at my lines and I researched and like I actually like studied my lines and I had to like cut because I messed up a line or whatever. Actually, yeah, all that's acting. That's true. I mean, I don't know how good of acting that is, but all that is acting. Oh, so maybe I'd be a D-list actor then. There we go, D-list actor with the Black Keely. We believe in you, I know, seriously. I totally forgot about my acting in Black Keely videos. I totally forgot because it comes so natural in those because it's stuff that I made up. So the fact that I can remember my lines is because I made that crap up, you know. Now, if somebody else was handing me lines to do, then it'd be more difficult. But yeah. So Dreamcast says Bananza is overrated. Dude, my theory is that I think here's my theory. Shout out to Dreamcast guy, like I said, he's the homie. I think my theory is that pretty much he's probably not gonna like anything with the Nintendo Switch 2 because it probably gets more views than him saying that it's good or whatever. But it also goes into my other theory. Like I said, no hate towards Dreamcast guy. He's awesome. But it goes into my other theory that a lot of the like, you know, more like the PlayStation-centric content creators are definitely more against Nintendo this time than they were last time because they see it more as a competition or a threat compared to what the Switch 1 was, you know? Because everyone was, oh yeah, Switch 1's great. And the games now are performing better, are looking better. The Switch 2 is so much better, but there's been so much backlash from a lot of the core, like hardcore PlayStation guys. Not everyone, but some of the core PlayStation guys that I follow. So I think there's a little bit of truth into what I said with a lot of some content creators, PlayStation content creators, or core people that are having a bit more resentment towards Nintendo because they see it as a little bit more of a threat this time around or not. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that about Dreamcast guy just in general. I'm just saying like overall, like maybe if there's everything so negative when it comes down to it, once again, it gets views, which is good. And like I said, no hate, got to get views, got to make money, right? But I think it's really because maybe his base is kind of more thinking the same thing that he's thinking. But yeah, this is definitely, in terms of the Switch 2, I think most people can see how good the system is. It is a good system. Most people can kind of see how good Donkey Kong Bonanza is. You know, people are giving it, you know, a lot of users, fans, actual gamers are saying that the game is great. You know, so yeah, I don't think it's overrated, obviously. So, but everyone's entitled to their opinion, though. Just because someone thinks it's overrated, that doesn't mean they're a hater of Nintendo or the Switch 2 or whatever the case is, right? They just might not like it. So everybody has their opinion, you know? I mean, I think certain games maybe aren't as good, you know, or whatever, that other people think are really good. So yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Hey, I forgot my auto renewal was turned on and I got charged for 12 months of PS Plus. I like how likely is that somebody will refund me or subscription. I don't use the service at all. If you call them now, they might do it. If you like hurry on that. If you hurry and say, hey, look, I had it on. Can you please refund me? I don't want the service anymore. So if you call customer support, they'll probably refund you, but you should probably do that very quickly, very soon. You know, you shouldn't wait too much longer. Otherwise, they'll just be like, tough luck. You know, too bad, so sad. Let's see here. He's rage baiting. It's just dishonest. So you may say no hate, but I'm gonna call out. And if his channel withers away, he deserves it. I can't stand it. I mean, and listen, like, and that's fine if you think that's fine too. You know, some people say that about my channel. I think some people, my most recent video, they don't like some stuff, how it was titled or whatever. You know, so like I get it, man. Like I get certain people being upset with certain things. You know. rage bait, you know, stuff like that. So, but no, I feel you, man. Like, I think it can be a little frustrating, especially like when there's like a big hype release and the game is really good, you know, and there's a lot of cool things about it, and like people say stuff that you don't like. But once again, it's just an opinion, you know, and you're allowed to have your opinion on there, World Renown, you know. But if you're looking at it right, like everyone thought that Astrobot was pretty good, right? Everyone thought that Mario Odyssey was pretty good. Everyone thought that a lot of these, you know, platformers that we've seen recently, Crash 4 is pretty good. Donkey Kong Bonanza is just in the next in line when it comes to a major, you know, 3D platformer, which we don't get very often, like a AAA 3D platformer. What Donkey Kong Bonanza does really good, I mean, like, we can talk about what it does really good, why it's a good game. I mean, obviously, you have the skill points, which is great. You have the movement options, which is fantastic. You have the look of the game. It looks great overall. Best looking Donkey Kong game. You got the nice open-ended areas. You've got the Kong Bonanza powers that are going. It's very dynamic. Obviously, you have the smashing the smithereens and bits. You got very incredible level design and different stuff that you can do from there, you know? So I think the stuff that makes the game good is very easily, objectively stated, right? Now, if somebody doesn't like everything, that's fine. But I think we can point to multiple different things that makes this game way more dynamic and better than even other Nintendo games, or even like Astrobot. I can point out not a million, but I can point out a number of things that makes this game better than Astrobot. I can point out a number of things that makes this game better than Mario Odyssey. I can point out a number of things that makes this game better than like Crash. Like, now there's things that make those games potentially better than Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? But it's not like this game is like, oh my gosh, they didn't really do anything, yet it's getting all this praise. Like, no, we can point out a number of things that's better than like what other people have said, that, oh, they said Astrobot's the game of the year. I can point out 6 to 7 things that Donkey Kong Bonanza does significantly better than Astrobot. Like, right now, I can point out like 6 to 7 things that it does significantly better, clearly better, that Astrobot just does not have. Yet Astrobot's rated higher, yet it got Game of the Year, you know, from the Game Awards. So I think that, once again, it's subjective, right? It's subjective. It's not like it's some type of set clad in stone. But I think if you look at what Bonanza does, it's not overrated if you're just going based off of what makes a good 3D platformer by any normal gamer or modern sense, right? So that's my opinion, at least, you know? Sith Lord Lex, thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Village. Thank you for subscribing. So I would just like to see people have more positive outlook and make content. It's more positive instead of just doom and gloom all day. Once again, like there's a certain level. I told you guys, like I said, like I showed you guys how much I made off of you know, some of my my collection videos, right? So if you get 200,000 views, right, on a good video, you can make, depending on what it is, you can make thousands of dollars. So people get more attention if you do something negative than if you do something positive. Now, that doesn't mean that positive content isn't gonna get you views, but like I said with the whole Mutahar thing before the Switch 2, I mean, the dude made thousands of dollars on just duking on the Switch 2, then literally rushed out and bought it day one. You know what I'm saying? So there is a method to this, guys. Everybody that and I'll say this again, everybody that talks about content creation is not just talking about it out of just, oh, I'm just talking about for what, yeah, a lot of it is to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of it is in terms of what is being said. I'm not saying that's 100% with Dreamcast or anything. I'm just saying that's how the meta works with a PlayStation or more of a multi-platform channel when it comes to Nintendo, right? If you know that you don't truly like them that much, you know, the meta is to more shift it in this direction to make money than it is to be more like this, right? See, me, obviously, I can talk about it normally. I'm a fan. I can discuss, you know, what I like, what I dislike. I'm not gonna, my channel's not about bashing other games, like, no matter what, and calling other stuff overrated a million times in videos. That doesn't matter. That's not the point. I can, as a real fan of Nintendo and RPGs, I can talk about it and I can do just fine. And I'm not gonna get crazy amount of views like some other people get, or, you know, 100,000 plus views on every video, but I'm gonna do good enough and I'm gonna be true to myself, right? So I think that you guys have to also understand that too, that it is a little bit of a game, you know, within a game, you know, it's a game within a game. So if you take it with that respect, like it's more of just like clocking into work for some people and seeing what works well, then going with that, then you'll understand why some things are said and why some things are done, you know? So yeah. Like I said, it's not hate on Dreamcast guy or anything. It's just like, for the type of channel he has, it makes more sense to just go that route than it is to go the other route, you know? Is it going to be a thing for every new Switch 2 game this generation? So exhausting? Yes, Clabby. I'm sorry, man, but yes, it is. Now, I'll do my best to not necessarily, like I said, when it came to Donkey Kong, I ignored and I didn't watch most of the videos of people saying, like, I didn't watch anything. I just wanted my experience. I watched Nintendo's official videos, and that's about it. I read some little segments from people's reviews for my review roundup, Clabby, but I wanted my own experience. I wanted my own thoughts, and that's what I'm gonna do for my videos and for my streams. I'm not really gonna be including other people and all that all day or anything like that, so, but yes, for every single game that comes out that's good or gets good reviews or whatever, there's going to be some type of discourse because it makes them money, because it makes money to do something like that. Even if the game, once again, is good, even if it's innovative, even if it does things that no other platformers do. Like, what other platformer has you to where you could jack up the terrain like this and also have the amount of movement options in gameplay? There's barely any. I mean, can anybody think of any AAA platformers that does what Donkey Kong Bonanza does? It's really, like I said, this isn't, just purely opinion. This is actually kind of like going into like, okay, this is like factual territory, right? Like, the amount of destruction and what the game does is very unique and interesting and new, to the point where, to me, I don't think there's anything to say that it's overrated. For what? Because usually what happens with overrated is that when a game is overrated, because it just does things that other games do, it doesn't do anything new, it doesn't do anything different. It's just, okay, well, I've been there, done that, seen that, whatever. Nothing really crazy about that. Donkey Kong Bonanza, for a 3D platformer, does a bunch of new and interesting things. And if you're talking about within the Donkey Kong franchise, I mean, this game smokes Donkey Kong 64. It's not even close. Controls, graphics, gameplay, I mean, it absolutely destroys it. So, to me, you look at all the options, you look at everything, there's nothing that's overrated about the game. Clearly, the game is rated right around what it should be rated. It's 9 out of 10 for some people a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but that's right around what the game is. So it deserves its scores that it's getting. There's some issues, right? There's some frame rate drops and things like that, right? So it's dinged for those things, Justin with the 3.
My wife just reminded why I love the Switch. She wanted to watch some TV. I said, okay, let me save real quick. And she said, isn't it handheld? Just play handheld. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Lol.
Yeah, definitely the handheld mode is good for Donkey Kong. I think it does play a little bit better as a traditional console game, like with the Pro Controller. But I still think that it's really good handheld as well. It might even run a little bit better because of the VRR too in some sections. So yeah. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Justin, with the $3 dono. Now we are at the first overclock. Let's go.
Overclock Buster.
That was 15-minute extension on stream for JoJo Friday. Let's go. Thank you guys so much, man. Next one up at 30, we will get a 30-minute extension. Like, I understand the perspective. I'm just not a fan of the style and how YouTube props that stuff up. Yeah, it is what it is, man. But it's like that in a lot of stuff. It's like that. If you think about it, bro, look at sports. Like, sports is actually worse than gaming. Sports, everything that's propped up is literally arguing and yelling at each other, Stephen A. Smith, whatever, debate shows and all that, So it's even worse in some sense in, like, other forms of media when it comes to, like, other hobbies and things like that, like other types of media. Like, gaming, it's bad. Like, clickbait and all that is bad. But it actually is worse, like, in other, like, even, like, movie or other stuff. It might be even worse. Might be. Yeah, regular news. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the regular news. Regular news is like, oh my goodness, it's like 10 times worse than like regular news. So it's even like way worse with that. So, but yeah, I mean, yes, Party Man, I agree with you, dude. It's tiring. Clabby, it's tiring. But like I said, I'm gonna do my best to kind of regulate, when it comes to my channel, and kind of, like I said, I'm not really gonna partake in a ton of that nonsense. We're just gonna, like I said, have fun. Like, we can address it. We're not gonna, close our ears and blah, 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 I can't listen. But we're not gonna sit there. We're gonna push I'm gonna push what I think is true overall. Just like I think some people push what they think is true. So yeah. Does the map seems more laggy in handheld mode from my experience? It's laggy in both. It's a little laggy in both. Like, sometimes it like runs smooth, but then it gets a little laggy like when you move it or when you pan the camera. From my playing, it's kind of both. But maybe, I don't know. I don't have a frame. I'm not Digital Foundry, so. So yeah. Thank you, Justin, for the 3. Then also Kevin with the $2 dono coming in. Let's go. Excuse me. Kevin with the 2 and says, "What's up, OJ? How you doing today? Can I get any music from Joe and Mac?" Yes, you can. Joe and Mac music. Thank you so much for the $2 dono, getting us to 19 on the board. Let's go. 19 on the board. We are out here getting very close to that first 30 or that second 30-minute extension. We are out here tonight. Let's go. All right, Joe and Mac. Shout out to Skeleton McGraw. Welcome to the stream. And Justin with another $3 dono. DK dono.
I don't give a flying you know what these people have to say when Kirby Air Riders comes out.
Yeah, that's the one. I mean, but this generation, like we went through it all last generation, right, Justin? And like Party Man, you know it. So it's like for example, like there was a post on Twitter the other day. Let me give you guys or today that I saw from a notorious, Nintendo hater. And I saw this from him, but only reason why I responded because I saw it from other people. Like I saw it from people that I follow that are not Nintendo haters, that actually have the system and whatever. They just like, maybe they like PlayStation a little bit more or Xbox a bit more. But what I saw, and also from the Legacy Killer, that guy, I think he's a YouTuber. They will say these things like, only Nintendo can get away with the performance. And I have no idea what these people are talking about. I have zero idea what these people are talking about. Because games like Elden Ring had performance issues, severe performance issues, that Digital Foundry noted before and after the game launched. In the stress test, or in the demo test, and in the release. So the version that most people were playing for reviewers, right? Because they're saying, oh, the reviewers, Nintendo, they get away with it, right? With the reviews and all that. The version that most people were playing, the reviewers, were playing the worst version of Elden Ring. And they rated that game a 96, and they gave it Game of the Year. So this thought process of only Nintendo can get away, how can they get away with this? Is the biggest load of BS bullish that I've ever heard. And I do not know why this keeps popping up from these people. And when I bring it up, they start shifting and squirming or just don't respond. When I bring up Elden Ring, that is like the boogeyman to them. They will squirm, they will ignore, and they will shift because it collapses their whole argument. Elden Ring was heralded as the greatest thing ever, that Zelda should be more like it, that all these different things that people were saying, and that game has severe performance issues. The version that the journalists were playing, that it's been patched a bit, or if you play the PS4 version on PS5, but most people didn't have a PS5 in 2022 when Elden Ring came out. Most people had a PS4 or to play the game. Most people don't have a PS5 to even play it. Now the PS4 version on PS4 Pro is better. I think if you play it on there, it actually runs fairly okay, but there's still frame rate issues in the game. There's still frame rate, like a lot of the versions that people played, there's frame rate issues. So that Digital Foundry and that everybody noted. And when I brought that up to that one guy, he's like, well, I didn't even know. I didn't experience that. And I'm like, oh, so it's okay for you. When you don't have a problem with it, when you don't experience it, you can put your fingers in your ears and ignore Digital Foundry and ignore everybody that was saying that, you can do that. But when it comes to Nintendo, it's like, oh, by the way, this was before Donkey Kong even came out. It was based off the article where they talked about, oh, what about some of the performance? Like, oh, well, we focused on fun or whatever. Only Nintendo can get away with this. No, we all knew before Elden Ring came out that there was frame rate issues. We knew before, and they got away with it. People still said, oh, well, there's frame rate issues, but the game is really good. It's fun. It's a fun game. But somehow people will try to relate this to like a Nintendo thing when no, it's an industry thing. If a game is really good, it's going to get good scores. People will still say, hey, look, this is what's bad about the game. There's some issues here or there. But that doesn't mean the game is bad or doesn't mean somebody's getting away with something. Donkey Kong is good. It's a good game with some performance stuff, but it's still a good game, So that's the reason why, it's not getting away with anything, Yes, Baldur's Gate 3 did have some issues here and there. Yeah, it did have some issues. So when people say this, it's the biggest load of crock I've ever seen. Because literally, the one guy that I was talking about, right? Like I said, that Legacy Killer dude or whatever, he literally gave Elden Ring his Game of the Year. He gave it his Game of the Year. But apparently he didn't hear about any of the, oh no, I didn't hear about anything. You know stat when Nintendo has frame rate issues. But oh, you didn't hear about anything. I didn't know. All of a sudden they turned into a protagonist in an anime or a protagonist in a or JRPG. All of a sudden, they got amnesia when it comes to Microsoft. All of a sudden, you don't know a damn thing anymore. You got to find your path to regain your memory when it comes to Microsoft and Sony. They got amnesia when it comes to performance issues. When it comes to Nintendo, they got an encyclopedia of performance problems with Nintendo. So it's just funny to me, you know? This is funny how they did. Like, man, he was this man was squirming all over the place, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop here, but so yeah. So it is what it is. From Software is notorious for performance issues and outdated graphics, but they make up for it with unique storytelling, great world design, and gameplay. But yeah, Elden Ring definitely had some bugs. Yeah, there's some issues. And once again, it's not me hating on Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring deserves its Game of the Year nominations. It deserves its review scores. I played the game. It's not for me, but it's one of those things to where, like I said, I don't think it's like, oh, it's overrated or no, it's just not for me. I don't like the game as much. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game. That doesn't mean it doesn't deserve its scores. And yeah, I played the game, and yeah, there's some issues, but overall, I can still understand why it's a good game and why people like it, you know? Big love to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono, man. I appreciate that. Let's actually get you up here on 3, okay, no, 15 on the board. Here we go, 15 on the board. Thank you, Justin. Anybody that's 15 or more, you can beat out Justin on the board. Hey, yo, let's go. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. From is also known for sluggish mechanics. I think they're known for their feels like delay input when you press a button. You know, it feels like there's input there's input delay. So, but yeah, I apparently that's how they make the game like that on purpose. But for me, it always feels like it's just not quite as snappy or as quick as I'd like it to be. So yeah. What's up, D Ziller? Welcome to the stream. So you crack me up every time you act like you know what you're talking about. I crack me up every time that I know what I'm talking about. Tell me what I'm wrong about. Feel free. Pixels, let's hear it. Oh, you act out like you know what you're talking about? Oh, okay. I thought you said you crack me up every time you act out what you're talking about. Oh, okay. I thought you said you act like you know what you're talking about. My bad. I can't read. I'm stupid. Sorry, my bad. Let's see here. Adam Carson says, what's up, OJ? Been a few weeks since I could watch live. Hey, it's all good, Adam. Welcome. Yo, Shaw X with the $20. Yo, let's go. He says, where's the JoJo's mother effer? Surprise. You know, Dokes is making a comeback. The memes are the Dokes memes are making a comeback, but not the surprise. It's just like the look. It's just like the I look at you like this whenever this happens. So Dokes is making a comeback because I guess there's the new Dexter is out, right? Like there's the new Dexter series. So people are starting to dig up the old Dokes memes. Shout outs to Shots with the big $20. It says, where's the JoJo's mother effer? It's JoJo Friday, blam it. Yes, sir. Hey, let's go. Let's get those JoJo's going. My man, Shaw X though, $10 and up for the JoJo's. You get a cool special animation like I'm gonna play for my man Shaw X. Thank you for the big 42, Shaw X. You are now the Hokage and Stream Ninja and the first. Breaking that first JoJo blood. Hey, we out here tonight. Let's go. Let's go. Ah, the real JoJo Friday. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Big love, Shaw X. If you want some music, let me know, my boy. Let me know, and I got you. I got you on some music. Let's get you up on this board with the 20. Thank you so much, Mr. Shaw X. Fiberman. Adam Carson as well with the 42 months. Guys, give him some love. Give some love to Shaw X. Of course, Justin as well, supporting. Appreciate you guys coming through. 42 on the board. We have officially a 30-minute plus extension. Almost at that next 145. So I appreciate you guys coming out to the stream tonight, man. Let's go. Let me get Shaw X. Let me get you up on here with the 20. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I put 10. No, it's 20. Shout outs, dude. And 2 JoJo's on the board. Let's see here. Do you play, let's see, what is your thoughts on Captain Planet, the Planeteers live action series? I don't have any thoughts. Honest, which do you prefer, Astrobot or Donkey Kong Bonanza? For me, or are you asking the chat, Star 880, or are you asking me? Now, it's early for me, but like I said, from a pure gameplay perspective of someone that is not biased against linear platforms versus open world platforms, like I don't have like, oh, I like open world more, or oh, I like linear more. I like both of them. I like Odyssey, I like Galaxy. Now, do I like Galaxy more than Odyssey? Yes, I like Galaxy a little bit more than Odyssey, but that doesn't mean I'm against the open world platformer. I do like open world platformers. Like I do like, open-ended ones that have like more room to roam about and stuff like that. I do like linear ones as well. And going based off, like I said, it's early. So I'm not going to sit there and say that this is like the definitive thing, but I've played and beat Astrobot pretty much 100% of the game. Now, I haven't played the newer levels that came out DLC, but I've pretty much 100% of the base game, okay? And comparing it to Donkey Kong is... I said that it might be a little bit unfair because of the teams that are the size of the team and like, the tech and what they're working. But Donkey Kong absolutely destroys Astrobot in almost every single category but performance. That'd be the only category that I would say that Astrobot is actually better than Donkey Kong in. It would be performance. That would be it. Maybe you can say maybe the boss battles are a bit better. I haven't seen all the boss battles for Donkey Kong though, so maybe you can say that. But from my early impressions of me playing through my first 4 hours of Astrobot and my first, number of hours of Donkey Kong is more ambitious. It's got better tech packed into it in terms of what you can do, the ground destruction and all that. It's got way more movement options. It's got skill points. It's got outfits that you can do that actually change your attributes. Astrobot outfits are just for show. They're just nostalgia. They don't actually do anything. Donkey Kong outfits actually change up your swimming speed, your stuff like that. So if you're talking about gameplay mechanics that make a game better, like when it comes to a platformer, Donkey Kong smokes it in almost every single area. Like I said, outside of maybe performance. And you can, like I said, you can talk about bosses. Like I have to beat the game. But just the early impressions from gameplay. This is not fanboying, whatever the case is. From gameplay and what Donkey Kong can do compared to Astrobot, Donkey Kong literally destroys it. The digging mechanic, the punching, the different type of stuff that you can do, like even the different type of jumps that you can do. You can do a turf surf, you can double jump off of that, you can do the roll, jump from that, you can cancel, like a dive punch, cancel your dive punch to movement. It's got better movement, it's got better skill points and upgrades, the level design is more open, it's more impressive in that sense. There's not really anything that Astrobot does better, and it looks like an indie platformer compared to Donkey Kong from the overall scope from what I'm seeing. Now, does that mean that Donkey Kong or that Astrobot cannot be better than it? No, of course not. That doesn't mean that. You can still like Astrobot more, you can still feel that it's better, but from a pure gameplay perspective, from my perspective of talking about gameplay in a platformer. Now, once again, I'm a big platformer channel. For those who don't know, my platforming videos do good. I've got top 25 platformers, and a lot of you guys agree with that. And that's people outside of my own fandom, right? Because I got 100,000 plus views. So that's people, when I get 100,000 plus views, that means other people that don't watch me are watching me a lot. And they all agreed with my top 25 platformers. A lot of them agreed. I got very good rating on that from people who don't watch my channel, don't even know who I am. So I know platformers. I've played and beat so many in my lifetime. I grew up in the age of platformers, okay? And there's not really anything that Astrobot does that's better outside of performance. I mean, like I said, maybe bosses. You can say bosses. Music, it can be a wash, but I think Donkey Kong's music is better. Might be a little bit biased there because I like the Donkey Kong tracks and the remixes and stuff. But, there's not really anything that it does better. Donkey Kong's a much better game from just, like I said, from a gameplay perspective. But from a structure-wise, you, as an individual, that can easily be something different, right? You could like Astrobot's structure better than Donkey Kong's structure, So yeah. I don't like Gex. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge Gex fan. Let's see. What about visuals? Visuals are interesting because Astrobot, I think, runs at the higher resolution and all that, but Donkey Kong is more visually unique and interesting in terms of the design of the game. Visually, Astrobot's cleaner. It's 4K, right? Or it's I don't know what it's running at, but it looks cleaner. It performs better. But Donkey Kong is more varied and more visually stunning, if that makes any sense. Like, it's more visually complex in a lot of the worlds, like how they design things. Astrobot is very, like I said, it's kind of like Galaxy, where it's kind of like trends just straightforward. Now, there are some levels that are a little bit more open, that are really cool, that look great from a level perspective wise, but it doesn't look as visually engaging with all its levels. But that's because Donkey Kong is a open-ended platformer with multiple levels, right? Like you have like top level, bottom level, and those like chains. Like you have the water that goes up, like the first area, right? And like we've seen some of the other areas, right? We've seen like where it completely changes the tone and style. Whereas like Astrobot is very like, okay, you're just gonna go straight. You're gonna just like zigzag right through levels. Whereas Donkey Kong gets like, okay, here's this whole environment. We've got a packet full of different geometry and like mountains and different type of stuff. So it kind of just vibes more with what I like in a platformer. Like I like more of a like an earthy vibe to the like where there's like jungle, or where there's like, you know, like mountains and, you know, like stuff like that, compared to like, okay, here's like blocks and different type of stuff, you know. So I think that's the difference between the art in Donkey Kong is just far more visually appealing over the course of all the different levels, compared to Astrobot's like, here's a block, here's like triangles, and we're just gonna smash them all in together so you can jump on them, you know. So it's a very different visual style overall. Let's see here. Let's see here. From Software is planning something for 2027. They're always planning. But yeah, it's not the you know, to hate on Astro. Astro's great. You know, Astro's great. Let's see here. Astrobot mostly mashup of different Nintendo games. Yeah, it's like, you know, take like, you know, Galaxy, take like Mario Sunshine, some stuff like that. Older Mario games, yeah. Hey, what's up, Jeffrey Tucker? Welcome. I think that what impressed me was DK's character expressions. I didn't think the design at first, but I love it now. Yeah, the character expressions were great. The design goes along with that because it's more of kind of like a cartoony vibe. Donkey Kong's old design wouldn't work well for what they're trying to do from like a character perspective here now. I think also, you also look at, you know, Donkey Kong from more gameplay aspect. You have like the co-op mode, which does bust the game, but it's still something there if you want to, you know, play like with the family or friends, or like the game share, stuff like that. But even like also different types of terrain, the Kong transformations. There's so many different things in terms of dynamicness and layers of levels of depth that, I mean, like I said, it's almost like an indie game, like I said, compared to like an actual AAA game, you know, because Astrobot just doesn't have it. It just doesn't. Astrobot barely has any movement options. He has some power-ups in specific levels. There's no skill points. And even like let's say Mario Odyssey, right? Mario Odyssey, there's way more movement options and stuff in Mario Odyssey than even like with Astrobot. So it's like I said, it's kind of hard to compare. It's not hard, you can compare, they're both platformers, but it's tough because Team Asobi is not up to the level of Mario Odyssey team. They're just not quite up to that level, and it's very obvious that they're not. If you know, like if you play all the different games, it's very obvious that they're not. Doesn't mean that that you can't like the game better, but we're just talking objectively from like a pure perspective of gameplay mechanics. What does X do? What does Y do over this or that, you know? So yeah. You paused and my hand was over the camera. Somehow salt content has made it to my YouTube recommendation. Crazy how some of these certain people easy to counter, like it's so dumb. Yeah. Like I said, I don't even really watch a lot of it, man. So but yeah, people are allowed to like whatever they like or do whatever they want to do, I guess. I'm doing good though, Jeffrey. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Yeah, there's a character switches. Great OJ. Hey, what's up, Mr. Davis? Welcome. How you doing today? Welcome. Like I said before, it would have been dope if Astrobot could have adapted the abilities of the classic PlayStation bots and put their suits on like Mega Man. Yeah, that would have been great. Like, which he does a little bit. He does in specific levels. There are upgrades for Astrobot, and those are the best levels in the game. That's the funny thing. Those are like the best ones. Like in the Horizon level, he has Aloy's, you know, the bow and arrow. In the God of War level, he has Kratos's axe or whatever, right? In the Uncharted level, he has the gun for the Uncharted gun. So the best levels are the ones where he actually gets some different ability, but once again, it's just limited to, okay, only that level, you know, only that level. It doesn't really go outside of that. So, but yeah, it would have been, you know what would have been really good? If they actually focused around that. So yeah, like focused around maybe a few of the IPs and then you can do swap abilities from there. But I don't think they even had the money or the time to even make something like that. I'll be honest. Like I don't think Team Asobi even had the money or time to make that. I think they were just trying to make like a very clean, good, platformer with the time and money that they had, and I think that was the best that they could do. That's why I say it's almost not fair to compare them, because whatever, you can talk about the review scores in terms of the actual mechanics and gameplay. Odyssey and Donkey Kong Bonanza run laps over it. So clearly, even like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, like the copy ability, like that's way more complex and way more in depth than Astro. So it's one of those things to where they were trying to make a certain type of game with what was available, and they did a great job at doing that, and they were able to do it. Now people talk about like the PlayStation bump. Yeah, I mean, listen, Astrobot, in my opinion, is rated a bit higher because of the PlayStation fans, because it is a great platformer, but since it's a PlayStation platformer, it got like that extra bump. Because like I said, what did I tell you about a lot of these guys that love PlayStation, love Astrobot? They would be like, oh, Donkey Kong's not good. And that's exactly what's happening, or they don't want to play it. They were talking about how great platformers are, and platformers are back. And then Donkey Kong comes out, and it's not that good. Oh, I don't want to play it. Oh, have fun, I'm good. Oh, it's not on my... But for Astrobot, they were all hyped and excited, so it just gets a natural boost for some because of PlayStation. If Donkey Kong Bonanza, in its whole self, the way that it is, we're not talking about, like, it runs better, but the exact same game, in my opinion. Once again, this is just my opinion. Not saying that it's 100% fact, but if the same exact game was on PlayStation, ran the same, looked the same, everything was the same, it would have had a higher score, probably, and all these people would have been saying, "Oh, it's actually pretty good." They'd be raving about it on Twitter. The big PlayStation accounts would talk about how great the game is and talk about how good the reviews are. They'd be doing the same thing they did with Astrobot. You know what I'm saying? If this was a PlayStation IP, but it's not, so therefore we can't talk about it that way. Now, for me, I loved Astrobot. I talked about how great it was. I said it was fantastic. I praised it. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was incredible. Now, I did think that it fell short of some things in terms of like movement options and stuff like that, but I thought it was fantastic, So I praised it and thought it was really, really, really good on Twitter, I'm not sure what Express SD card would I recommend. I've only used one. I just have the O and N or whatever, so I can't really recommend, but if you can get Lexar, get Lexar. Flip this with the $5 dono.
Upon themselves to grab me a non-bundle Switch too. None of that digital game crap. And a Pro controller unprompted. Said they gonna set it in a closet until I'm ready to buy. Lol, nice of him. Hope he doesn't get stuck with it.
Oh, somebody got you a Switch 2. Okay.
We'll need to talk to publish a review of DK Bonanza so OJ can win the Spawncast Best Tears of Joel.
Listen, I still have some time, okay? I still have some time. There will probably be at least another review or two going up Saturday morning. So it's been teetering back and forth between 90 and 91. Now it's literally went back and forth. It was 91, then it went to 90, then it was 91, then it went to 90. There's still time. I'm not done yet, so we'll see. We will see. I'm not cooked just yet. I'm hoping tomorrow morning some new reviews come in, and it goes up, and it goes up to 91 again. There's still an opportunity. The crazy thing is that on OpenCritic, it is a 91 on OpenCritic, but we said Metacritic, not OpenCritic. Thank you so much for flipping the Switch. Hey man, shout outs, dude. Like I said, if I were you, I'd pull the trigger, play Donkey Kong, enjoy it, and have fun, man. I mean, like, there's one thing in life that you can't get back, and that is time. There's one thing in life that you cannot get back, and that is time. Money and other things, like, okay, whatever, you can make blah, 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 but time is one thing that you just cannot get back. So that's why I say, I'm not a fan. If you have the means, once again, if you have the means, pick it up and play and enjoy it now while there's time. Now, knock on wood, knock on whatever, I don't wish any ill will on anybody, but you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going on. You never know. So you got to count every blessing every day. So to me, it's one of those things to where as I gotten older, I've gotten more like, hey, look, man, if I like something, I'm going to try it out. Even if it sucks, even if I don't like it, even if it ends up being lame, if I have the means and it's not going to, detrimentally hurt me or, what I'm doing, I'll pick it up. I'll give it a shot. you know? And if it turns out to be a dud, then it's a dud. Xbox Series X, it was a dud for me, right? Not that the system's bad, but I don't play it. It wasn't, I mean, I legitimately barely played it. Outside of Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I could have played on my PS4, you know, or whatever, but it played way better on my Xbox Series. But outside of that, I haven't been hooked on anything for the whole generation. But I don't regret it, though. Hey, look, I tried it out. It didn't work for me, you know? So that's what I will say, is like, you can never get back the time, and you never know what's going to happen. So enjoy and experience things while you can, you know? Shout outs to J2 Blue. Thank you for the $5 dono, man. I appreciate that. I was going to wait till the next paycheck to get DK, but I even went further beyond and bought the game at Amiibo. Yeah. Shout outs to Kevin, man. To lose a bet by such a small margin would suck. Yeah, it would suck. It would suck. But hey, look, man, it's a bet. A bet's a bet. It's, you know, it is what it is. If I lose, I lose it. I've lost bets before, so, but yeah, I need them, because like more reviews did come in, and it didn't get any bad reviews, but like the reviews, I don't know, like it didn't get, but it's getting like 9 out of 10s. So a 9 out of 10 doesn't help me. I need 10 out of 10s, or I need 9.5 out of 10s. I need 9.5 out of 10s. I need 9.5s, and I need 10 out of 10s. That's what I need. It got like 6 or 7 new scores, and they were all like 9 out of 10. And I'm like, oh, it didn't even get any bad reviews. Like, it still has no yellow mixed reviews. It didn't even get like I got a bunch. It got like a couple, like 2 8s, and I got like a number of 9s. So the score dropped down to 90, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I was sitting good a couple days, a day or two ago. I was sitting good throughout that day. It was going back and forth. So yeah, or not a couple days ago. Well, actually, yeah, I guess a day or so ago. I was sitting okay. Let's see here. Yeah, things are going well. If your game gets more 9 out of 10s, and it doesn't suit me well. Things are going fairly well, once again. Would you play a 3D stealth platformer like Sly Cooper, but $80? If the game was worth $80 to me, yeah, sure. If it was worth that, if I looked at the game and I thought the game was worth it to me, I'd buy it. Let's see here. Game of the year contender for sure. I like how you can destroy everything. Oh yeah, it's the destruction of the game is incredible. The voxel tech is really cool. What's up, Style Boys? October 16th, come in. October 16th, Pokemon Z. Yeah, Pokemon Legends ZA, October 16th. Looking forward to that game as well. Sadly, you know, Jim Stephanie Sterling's review is coming. Well, his review isn't coming. I didn't mean it that way. Their review, her review, their review. I didn't mean it that way, guys. Their review is coming. Let me make sure I speak correctly. Stephanie Sterling's review. There you go. Stephanie, because you put Jim in front of it, so it mixed me up. I'm going to blame you for the switch. You mixed me. Stephanie's review. That comes later. That comes later. So, since it comes later, I'm not really too worried about that, you know? I'm not really too worried about that. So yeah. Let's see here. I can't believe, yeah, we're not talking politics here, guys. Please, no politics, Zucky. Let's see here. That's the name they go by. Yeah, but it just makes me, because I used to watch Stephanie Sterling. I used to watch Stephanie Sterling before before all the stuff, you know. So that's what smicks me. When you put Jim in front of it, it smicks me. That's what happened, you know. Long disqualified from reviewing games, but yeah, that review's probably coming in to drop the score down. But usually the review comes much later, so you know. So I'm not too worried about that right now. But what if it's a 10? What if they give the game a 10? Then I'll be like, oh, cool. So if it's a 10, please get that review in now, tomorrow morning, as early as possible, please. What's the stuff? OJ picked up my PO. Picked my PO DK yesterday. Nice, Gaming Manor. Let's go. Amiibo. Yeah, I got the Amiibo too. Little Amiibo. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I got it. Shout out to Darius Hines with the $10 dono. Bro, you're absolutely right. You cannot get time back. So the recommendation, I'm gonna hook up with your baby mama's cousin. Baby mama's cousin. Hey. Have at it. Feel free. Have at it, my man. I wish nothing but blessing and love. Thank you for the big $10. JoJo boys in the house. Let's get that JoJo notification going. All right, let's go. The JoJo boys in the house. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yo, let's go. Thank you for the big $10. 62 on the board. First combo breaker in the house. Or first 60 on the combo breaker. Let's see if we can get to that first platinum for JoJo Friday. We are well on our way. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I just sold all my mule for 3.7K. Really? Dang, no, you didn't. Out here with the cap. My homie's a diehard Sony fan, and he's been playing DK and isn't a fan of the destruction collectathon aspect. He said he wished one treasure map showed everything. I laughed at him. One treasure map showed everything? What the heck? Why would that be way too easy? Why would one treasure map show every single thing on the board? That makes no sense. Just tell him not to collect. Just tell him to just play through the game. He don't gotta collect everything. Just tell him to play through. That would make it way too easy. And then it also encourages you to not actually do the destruction in the game and not to explore and all that. So no, that's a terrible mechanic. Let's see here. We gave it we gave it a 7.5. There goes your Metacritic win. I don't think his reviews are on Metacritic. Yeah, Dreamcast guy's reviews are not on Metacritic. But the game's not a 7.5. No, the game's not a 7.5. Which I know it's early to ask, but what do you think the Metacritic score will be for Metroid Prime 4? Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with low 90s for that one as well. But let me see a little bit more of the game. Then I might be able, like, if Nintendo shows off some more and I think it's going to be like, oh, wow, that was really cool about the game, I might adjust what I think. I might adjust it higher. Oh, nice. Purple Haze. English release coming next year. Let's go. Shouts to JoJo boys. Sony fanboys want everything easy. Maybe. Maybe. Yo, big love to my man, Darius Hines. Thank you for the $10 dono, though. Appreciate that. Let's go. We are, what, 38 away from the Platinum Combo Breaker? Let's get it. I told him it ruins it ruins it. It would ruin the replay value. Yeah, well, it would just ruin the actual mechanic of the game. Now, if you don't like the digging mechanic and like trying to find stuff and all that, then just go through the game normally. You don't have to. You can just beeline it through the game if you want, you know. So you can just do that way. So you don't have to even do that. Now, if you like the actual collecting aspect of any platformer, you don't want to make it too easy to where you can just easily collect everything, you know. And it's also gonna light up the whole map. Like, there'll be like a million different things that all light up. So it's going to overwhelm. It's going to be like Assassin's Creed map, you know? It's going to overwhelm the player. So that's, in game design, especially platformers, you definitely don't want to overwhelm like with too many things on a map or too many different things that kind of pop up. So it makes sense the way that they did it. Justin with the $3 dono.
I'm just going to collect everything after I beat it. Also, this game has me addicted. Lol.
Yeah, I like to, sometimes I feel not as motivated to collect everything if I beat the game first, because I'm like, okay, I've already beat it. I don't want to go back to levels that I forget. So I like to do as much as I can before I leave the level, just so it's fresh in my memory, like the layout of the level. But sometimes I don't always do everything though, but usually that's what I'll do. So then like by the time that I'm done playing, I'll evaluate if I actually want to go back and get everything. But other people just kind of go through it and just do whatever, and then later they go back. But yeah, I've had bad experiences, like just me personally, with like just going through and then trying to go back and do stuff. I forget how the level layouts are. Like I forget some of the mechanics and gimmicks of the level. So I think I realized that it's better for me, just my own playstyle, to try to do as much as I can before I go. And if I just don't care, then I don't care. But I'll do a lot before I go, you know. So yeah. But no, everybody has different playstyles, and it makes whatever playstyle makes sense for you, you know, do it that way. Says, dude, this game looks incredible. Not gonna lie, the bar is full of people posting nothing but love for DK Bananza. Yeah, it's a great game, man. It's a great game. That's how you know, like, when there's not a lot of hate, like when the Metacritic user review scores aren't completely bombed, you know? That's when you know it's like, oh, people are actually liking the game when you don't have these psychos that are going out of their way to review bomb stuff when they haven't even played the game yet, you know? So, a lot of love for DK. It's like trying to collect the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, yeah. It's a little bit, the maps are a bit more condensed on Donkey Kong, so yeah, nowhere near as crazy or bad, but yeah. I don't really have any thoughts on the Assassin's Creed live action. I don't really care about Assassin's Creed too much. I don't have any thoughts on it. So yeah. Movie game accessibility. I mean, for me personally, like I said, it's no hate towards anybody, but yeah, I don't really pay attention to people that, you know, that I don't pay attention to people that basically like, yeah, where like their favorite games are PlayStation games. Just like there's a lot of people that probably don't pay attention to, like, you know, me, because my favorite games are like RPGs and Nintendo games. But yeah, I don't really pay attention to people that where their favorite games are PlayStation games. Like, where, like those are like the top of the tier. Like, yeah, I don't pay attention to those reviewers. Like, I'll tell you something right now. That'll get you in a long. That'll get you not playing good games if you do that. That'll get you, if you take their opinion as gospel. That'll get you not playing the best games. I can tell you that right now. Like, so yeah, like I said, it's no hate towards them. It's just difference of opinion, right? Just difference of opinion. Like I said, they probably will say the same thing about me. Oh, well, you're biased. You're this. You know, I'm not gonna take your opinion seriously. Like when it comes to, like, you know, The Last of Us, or when it comes to, like, so, and that's perfectly fair. You know, that's perfectly fair. So, any thoughts on MK2 and Zelda movies? Looking forward to seeing them. Does Mr. P.O. think that Bananza's better than Astrobot? He hasn't played. He's not playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. He's not playing the game. But of course not. Let's see here. Let's be fair though. Donkey Kong Bonanza is competing against Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong 64, what, in terms of it in its own franchise? Yes, but when it comes to overall, no, it's competing against Odyssey, it's competing against Astrobot, it's competing against Crash, it's competing against, you know, Hat in Time, it's competing against all the best or more modern 3D platformers that people are comparing it to. How many dang live action movies and shows are they making? A lot. Fallout live action. Hey, there was Halo live action. There's Assassin's Creed live action. There's Legend of Zelda live action. There's a lot. There's Prince of Persia live action. All sorts of live action. Let's see here. DK Bonanza slaughters DK64. It does. It cooks DK64. But that's what Vito was saying. He's saying, oh, well, DK, maybe it's getting like a little bit extra bump from the fans because they're comparing it to the Donkey Kong 64. That game's not that great. So I think that's what Vito was trying to say. Man, is Hat in Time that good? I need to play that. Hat in Time is okay. Like I said, I'm not huge on like every 3D platformer out there, but Hat in Time, it's all right. It's not bad. It's good. So yeah. Oh, just yeah, but I just think that that's what he was trying to say. But yes, I agree though. Donkey Kong. I mean, you guys heard me say that too with Donkey Kong 64. I think Donkey Kong 64 is not very good. I think Donkey Kong Bonanza absolutely crushes Donkey Kong 64. Like, just absolutely crushes that game. Do we still think July Nintendo Direct is happening? There's not much time left in the month, and Pokemon Presents is also happening next week. Yes. Nate the Hate already stated that. Did you miss my video on it, Yoshi? Nate the Hate already stated that. So if Nate the Hate's saying that it's coming, it's coming. There's definitely a July Direct. And no, there's plenty of time. It's July 18th. We still have almost 2 more weeks left in the month. So 2 weeks from now, that'll be the 1st of August. So no, we still got 2 more weeks, so there's definitely plenty of time. Hat in Time is one of the best indie 3D platformers. Really hope they unlock the frame rate for Switch 2. Yeah, I think it's capped at 30, right, on Switch 2. So that one's weird because that one used the Unreal Engine 3 game. So they even had problems even getting it to the Switch 1 in the first place because that didn't have... Switch 2 had native support for Unreal Engine 4, but not for 3. So they had problems getting that over in the first place. My boy said the same thing too, if you heard that. Shout outs to Kevin with the $5 dono. Thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that. And he says, I was trying to think of a question, but couldn't come up with one. But a song, may I please have the Man with the Machine Gun from FF7? I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys can't think of a question when it comes down to it, you can drop a music request, drop it in a super chat or in a regular one. I appreciate that. I'll play it for you. Thank you so much, Mr. Kevin. And I'm gonna play some Man with the Machine Gun from FF8. Let's go. Great track, by the way. Very, very, very good track. Very good track. Very good track. Hated 64, one of the last games I tried before running away from the console until the Wii. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. It's a game. It's a game. Bananza is so good. I don't even care about a direct. Yeah, right now people are just excited about Bananza, but a direct is coming though. Like if Nate says a direct is coming, I have trust and faith. But here's the real reason why a direct is coming. Nintendo has to do a direct because they still have 3 games that don't have release dates that are coming out this year. So they have to date those games because we're getting close to the actual release date of those games. So they have to date those games. So that's the reason why there's a direct coming. Shout outs to Darius Hines with another huge dono, becoming the stream Hokage. Yo, another JoJo, two times the JoJo in the house. Darius Hines now becoming the Hokage and Stream Ninja. And he says, I'm really digging Donkey Kong so far, and Death Stranding 2 has been fun, but my game of the year is 100 Line Last Defense Academy. I'm over 100 hours in, and that game still has me hooked. The game is not for the casual RPG fan, though. Yeah, I still need to check out that game. I'm going to pick that game up at some point, but I just had so much other stuff to play. I didn't have time. But yes, I've heard so many. I know Rena loves the game. I know there's people here that like the game quite a bit, that it's really good. So yeah, absolutely. Darius Hines, thank you so much. Tying up Shaw X as well on the Stream Ninja board. Yo, thank you so much, Darius. My man is out here today. The jokes and the great games. Let's go. Thank you so much, Darius Hines. Big love. Let's get that up to 88 on the board. Yo, we out here tonight. Combo breaks in the house. And of course, let's see. 100 Line is on my list. Glad to hear it, man. Okay, yeah. Absolutely.
Man, if a direct is coming depending on what gets announced, that might be it for me. It's not looking good for my gaming retirement.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with this, which I knew that your gaming retirement wasn't gonna come. I knew your gaming retirement wasn't going to come because you like Switch 1. If you like Switch 1, you're gonna like Switch 2. Like, it's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The people that don't like Switch 2 right now are the people who never actually liked Switch 1. So the content creators and people that are saying, oh, this is terrible, they never liked Switch 1. It's the people, it just got exposed now. It's like, okay, I actually don't like this. So now let me say what I really feel, you know? So the people that don't like Switch 2 are the people that don't like Switch 1. Everyone that likes Switch 1 likes Switch 2. There's like literally everybody that said, oh, Switch 1's great, the games are great. If you liked Mario Odyssey, or if you liked Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, or if you liked, you know, whatever, Kirby, all that stuff is coming in spades. If you like Metroid Prime Remastered, well, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. Oh, you like Kirby? Oh, well, there's a new Kirby Star-Crossed Worlds coming out. Oh, I like Mario Odyssey. Oh, well, they got Donkey Kong. Oh, well, I like, you know, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. The game runs at 2 frames per second on Switch 1, but I like it. Well, there's a new one, Age of Imprisonment. So it's like, it's literally, oh, I like Echoes of Wisdom. Oh, well, now you can play Echoes of Wisdom in an actual respectable, solid frame rate. So if you like Switch 1, you'll like Switch 2. Now, will you like every aspect of Switch 2? No. Obviously, key cards, there's certain things like with the, battery life. The battery life isn't as good. So there are certain like legit aspects that maybe you don't like as much. But in general, if you're talking about games per se, Switch 1 and Switch 2 is just going to get bigger, badder, and better versions of Switch 1 games. That's really all it comes down to. Like, for example, you like Bayonetta on Switch 1? Well, you know what? Now you can play Bayonetta at a lock 60 on every single one of them. Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3, you can play all of them at a locked 60 FPS on Switch 2. So if you loved Bayonetta and you ever wanted to go back to those games, They're way better on Switch 2. Bayonetta 3 is like night and day. Bayonetta 3 is locked, for the most part locked. I mean, there might be some frame rate dips, but it's way better on Switch 2. I'm thinking about doing another playthrough of that game, actually. So, to me, that I knew the gaming retirement, because you love the Switch 1. You think that system's great. I knew that the gaming retirement wouldn't be very long. It'd only be a matter of time before stuff catches your eye. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. The beginning of the gen is always the roughest for game releases, for stuff, for whatever. It's always the roughest at the beginning, you know? So let me play that JoJo though. Did I play the JoJo? I didn't play. All right, here we go. With that big 20. Yes, sir. Shout outs, guys. 93 on the board. Very close to that 100 platinum combo overclock. Let's go. So yeah. Let's see here. Shout out to Darius Hines. Big love. Steam Deck uses rage baiting Switch 2 and Bananza doesn't run 60 FPS with Copium is real. I don't know if it wouldn't run at 60 FPS on Steam Deck. I know that. Probably wouldn't run at 60 FPS on Steam Deck either. But yeah, they're just, like I said, they're just, it's more of a copium because, once again, Elden Ring, that was their messiah for many of these people, and they had nothing to say. It was still Game of the Year. It was still incredible. It still deserved all its reviews that it got. I didn't hear anything from, people saying like, oh, it shouldn't have gotten what it got and all that. So yeah. OJ, Xenoblade 4 or Chrono Trigger HD remake? Xenoblade 4, because Chrono Trigger HD remake, it's the same game. So why would I take an HD remake of a game over a brand new Xenoblade? That makes no sense. Let's see. Nobody gives a damn about Deck Bros saying. No, people. I mean, like, yeah, most people don't care. People are buying the game. Donkey Kong Bonanza is selling really well. Like, from what I understand, check this out, guys. So I might do a video on this tomorrow, maybe. I put it on Twitter, but then I just deleted it because there was no point. But Amazon bestsellers for video games, Donkey Kong Bonanza and Switch 2 are absolutely dominating, man. It is just like, yo, it's kind of crazy. And I'm so happy that Amazon and Nintendo were able to clear up their differences, because Amazon's still a big place that people buy video games and buy systems from. It's still a relevant marketplace. It's like the biggest. But right now on Amazon bestsellers, Donkey Kong Bonanza it's up there with the Roblox gift cards. And the Switch 2 is up there with the Amazon bestsellers. And once again, Amazon, most people buy like Roblox is massive. PSN gift cards are massive. Xbox gift cards are massive because people don't trust putting their credit cards into the Xbox place, like the marketplaces and all that. So they just use gift cards, right? People don't trust putting, their stuff into whatever. So those are usually huge. They do a lot of revenue, sell a lot. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, for the overall bestsellers in video games, it's number 4. Switch 2 is number 7. The Pro Controller is number 12. And the tempered glass screen is number 9. So within the top 12, Switch 2 was just dominated in that fashion. Then, on the new releases, this is how it's going right now. This is the state of the new releases, and which, like I said, I'll probably do a video on this. But the state of the new releases are, and I'll talk about it more in depth with some of the other stuff from maybe Amazon Japan or other places. But the state of the new releases are this: Donkey Kong Bonanza number 1, Nintendo Switch Mario Kart Bundle number 2, Nintendo Switch Pro Controller number 3, Donkey Kong Bonanza Amiibo number 4, Donkey Kong Bonanza Digital Code number 7, Nintendo Switch 2 system, the 450 model, for number 8. So out of the top 8, it's 6 Nintendo Switch 2 related things. And even if you want to go to number 11, it's the Joy-Cons, extra pair of Joy-Cons. Then you want to go to number 12, it's it's a tempered glass. A tempered glass with the fake Donkey Kong Bonanza Kong on there, because they don't have the real license. So yeah, right now, dude, Switch 2, it's killing it right now, man. It's killing it. And even kind of a little bit behind that, you got Cyberpunk and you've got Mario Kart in the top 32. Cyberpunk is 28, Mario Kart World is 32, which is not bad for Mario Kart World considering it's bundled with Like you get a copy if you buy like the one that's the more popular one, the $500 one right now. So for Switch 2. So I'm gonna have a video. I'm gonna be breaking down. I got some other information with this. So I got some really good information when it comes to Switch 2 and some sales and some stuff. So we're gonna break that down tomorrow morning. I'm gonna break that down. So that should be fun because I got some interesting information. So yeah. Hey, what's up, Skip It? Welcome. You changed your name. The Amiibo OJ's #1 seller. The Amiibo? The Amiibo's not the #1 seller. The #1 seller on Amazon right now? No, it's not the Amiibo. The #1 seller is Donkey Kong Bananza. The Amiibo is #4 on Amazon. So I don't know where you got that from, but yeah, it's not the #1 seller. No. Not the #1 seller. Alright, flip this was the $5 Ninja Peach.
I put out feelers and called around, purely for science, of course. Not one Switch 2 in the Springfield area.
Oh no.
They are gone within hours.
Oh yeah, you know what? Let me give you guys like another one here. My Best Buy, and I wanted to make a short on this, so maybe I'll make a short on it. I think I know what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm gonna make, or tomorrow morning early. I'm gonna make a short and I'm gonna make a video on this. But yeah, my Best Buy, dude, they sold out quick. They had a fat restock. They had at least, I think, 60 to 70 systems for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it was just so cool going into the store and seeing families and non-hardcore like us gamers buy the Switch 2. That was dope, you know. Also, Kevin with the $7. Let's go. No message, just the lucky 7. Here we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kevin. So flipping the Switch, yeah, it's sold out in a lot of areas, man. It's selling out in a lot of different areas. There's some areas you can buy it, some countries and some areas you can buy it, but a lot of areas it's sold out. But yeah, at my Best Buy, they sold out quick. I asked the guy, like, yo, how are the systems going? He's like, man, we got orders. He said it's all in store. But he's like, we got plenty of people coming in, because I got there like around like 10 something, so they had been open for a bit. So there was a bunch of people already that were waiting there to pick up Donkey Kong and the Switch 2. But I saw like I think I said this on the on my last live stream, flipping the Switch. I said like I saw a dad and their daughter. Like she was like maybe like 15 or 16. And they both got Switch 2s, they both got Donkey Kong, and they were looking at each other like with like, oh my god, I'm so happy right now. Like I saw other people that were asking like a dad, like he had like that dad belly, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like when you're a real daddy, you take care of your kids, you know? You're a tall dude, like, you know, he had that dad belly on him, you know? And he was asking like, hey, you know, like, oh, like these Joy-Cons, like how many should I buy? I got like 2 kids. And like the guy was, and shout out to the Best Buy here in my area. They were actually doing a good job of knowing what the hell they were talking about. I mean, there was one lady that had no idea what she was talking about that was off to the side. But the 2 guys, like the nerdy guys that were up front that helped me and then was helping the other guy, they knew what the hell they were talking about. So that was good. And, because like the first thing he said when I came up, he's like, oh, you're here for Donkey Kong, huh? And I was like, oh yeah. He's like, oh yeah, heck yeah, man. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, they were helping people. Clearly, these people weren't like the most hardcore gamers. Like there was another guy that was with his son, and he was asking questions about like the amiibo and all that. And like he got a carrying case, so he already had the game, or he already had the Switch 2. But he was asking about potentially getting another one and how that works. And the guy was helping him there. And he's like, okay, he's like, I'll come back maybe, you know, like when you guys have more Switch 2s. But he bought an amiibo and he bought a carrying case. So, and I think he walked out with Donkey Kong as well. So man, that was cool to see. Like it's getting past just the hardcore us. It's actually expanding out now to like to the more of the just, oh, I'll pick it up when it's available gamers, you know? Like, so yeah. Yo, Dane Gonzalez with the Tune-In Tier pledge. Hey, thank you so much, Dane. Welcome to the Elite Ninja Squad. Thank you so much for becoming a Tune-In Tier Elite Ninja. 99 on the board. Thank you so much, man. Has anyone seen a non-Nintendo Switch 2 bundle in the wallet? I swear the only ones I see are the bundles. Nintendo supplied, I mean, that's one, Nintendo being Nintendo when it comes to it, because they know that, hey, look, if we supply more of these, we'll get more for that one. But it's also because people also want that one more, because you do get Mario Kart for $30 off. So it's a combination of kind of Nintendo manipulating things and people actually wanting that bundle. But no, it's hard. It's less in stock.
Because of my job, I go to a lot of different stores, and I still haven't seen one Switch 2 besides mine and my sister. Lol. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it. I went to Walmart and they did have some, but I got there right as the restock happened. So I was able to see it. But Best Buy, I haven't been able to catch one at Best Buy that wasn't already copped. You know, so, and my Best Buy is high performing. Nintendo loves my Best Buy. My Best Buy is a high performing one. So they get priority, they get good stock and all that. Yes, I'm having fun with DK. Let's see, DKB is the highest rated game as of now. Metacritic, second to Death Stranding, third is Clair Obscur. No, that's not true. Clair Obscur is the #1 rated and highest rated game. And then the next highest rated game is Blueprints. And then the next highest rated game is Split Fiction. And then the next highest rated game after that is Donkey Kong. So you're off on that a little bit. And then after that, there's some other games, and Death Stranding's like a little bit behind that. So, no, off on the order. Thank you so much, Dane. Appreciate that. And we are at the Platinum. Hey, yo, you guys know what time it is. I think it's time for that guy with the Buster Sword. Let's go. Limit break. This game just come out or something? Target guy who grabbed the copy for me. This game just come out or something? Hey, man, you got to educate. You got to let people know. Got to let them know what's happening, you know? That's great. You want Mario Kart World on Kart? Oh, get ready to pay up. Yeah. Inti Crates has a new action game coming to Switch 2 in October, fully on Kart, no GameCube card. Mahjongami. Yes, I did cover that game in a video of mine, Darius Hines. A video that I did, I think it was it this week or last? I think it was this week I did it. So I do know about the game. I did not know about the full-on Kart thing. I did not know about that. But definitely, the world is healing. We're starting to get information of carts coming through. Sonic Crossworlds. Good job. This game, if that holds up, good job. So the world is healing. Oh, man. The Best Buy I went to when I got DK, I had the sold out sign up in the front of the Switch 2 as soon as you walk in. Yeah, that's how the demand is. Yep, that's good. Like I said, some people think that, oh, like I had an interesting conversation with somebody on Twitter. They're like, oh, well, we're going to see like if it can do this like in 3 or 4 years or whatever. Like right now, it's just like the enthusiast. And I'm like, where does the enthusiast stop for a console? Now, traditionally, and I said that, look, traditionally, I said like, yo, 5 or 6 million after that, it's not really enthusiasts. It's more of like a little bit of the expanded audience. And the reason why I said that is because I'm going based off of all Nintendo systems. I'm not going based off the quota that they hit with the Switch 2, or sorry, Switch 1 with 150 million. I'm going based off of what we've seen before in the past. So what we've seen before in the past, like the GameCube, what we've seen before, like with the 3DS, what we've seen before, it's like the adoption rate obviously is nowhere near as high as the Switch 1. So I don't know where the enthusiast adoption rate is before casuals kind of get in. But from what I saw at Best Buy, and from what people were trying to say the system was going to do, a Wii U level flop, clearly I think that there's going to be more than just the enthusiasts that are picking it up at this point. I think it's going to be a bit more than that. I think that the track has been laid, has been set for this system to do better than what just the enthusiasts are buying, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Once again, could be wrong, but from what I've seen, the families that are buying it, right, that's what I'm seeing. Like, I'm just seeing that from what I went in. Now, once again, I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be. Final Fantasy Tactics is getting the Switch 1 cartridge. Final Fantasy, yes, it is. It is, but I don't think it's not getting an upgrade though, so that's unfortunate. Looks like you may have been right on the key cards being temporary for a lot of publishers. That's also softening me on things. Well, yeah, I mean that's what I'm. Let me tell you guys something, man. Some people think I just say things just for defense, but it's not that. I know what the F I'm talking about. I know because I lived the whole Switch 1 era. I saw what happened with carts on Switch 1. I studied it. I know what's going on with that. So for me, I was like, look, this is going to be more of a thing that's probably going to be temporary until manufacturing gets locked down a bit and the install base jumps up to justify the cart cost, right? And it's a blessing and a curse, like with the, hey, you have to buy this 64 or whatever the case is, right? It's a blessing and a curse because there's plenty of space for a lot of developers to, there's no excuse. Like, hey, look, they've got one there. It's got a space available for you. But then again, at the same time, it's like, okay, well, it's expensive as heck, So developers at the beginning, you have to make that decision. Like, if you're Sega, the system's not even out yet. You're going to make a decision to put Yakuza and all these games. You don't even know how these games are going to sell. You're going to end up probably losing a ton of money, if some of these games don't sell as good or make up back the profit because they're old games. So I already knew that was a wash. But once new games come out and the adoption rate of the system is high, that will entice more devs to say, okay, the adoption rate is high, people are buying the games, like systems are selling out, now we can actually do this. But at the launch, I don't blame them for that because the carts are expensive as hell. Once again, on the Switch 1, how many times did we see 32 gigabyte cart? People said I was just defending and all that. No, it wasn't. I was going based off the freaking Switch 1. And the fact that developers, even as an established system with 100 million install base plus, they still didn't even want to use a 32 gigabyte cart. So why the heck were they going to want to do that with the Switch 2 with no install base with the more expensive cartridge? They weren't going to do that. But as time goes on, more and more devs will. As the system goes up, as the manufacturing gets better, you know, or they can get a better deal, or maybe it becomes a little bit cheaper, whatever the case is, right? So that's the reason why I said what I said. It wasn't because I was trying to defend it, it was because it was based off of logistics and actually seeing what happened with Switch 1. I don't just say things just to say things to defend. I say things because I feel that there's facts that back up what I say. Now, could I be wrong? Sure, absolutely. But I'm going based off of what we've got. I'm not doing it emotionally. I'm not with this. It's not an emotional thing. It's more based off of what I saw and what I analyzed from Switch 1, which I say that every time that it comes up on the Spuncast, I bring up the 32 gigabyte cards. I bring up what third-party developers did on Switch 1, where a lot of them didn't want to use the 32 gigabyte cartridge. They didn't want to use it. The difference though with Switch 1 is that Switch 1, you can nuke textures. It's a weaker system. You can make games 540p. You can make games smaller. You can make them not fully featured. You can squeeze them into small cartridges. Switch 2 games, you cannot squeeze a PS5 port of Cyberpunk into a 16 gigabyte cartridge, or you cannot squeeze, you know, a game like Street Fighter 6 into a 16 gigabyte cartridge. It's not gonna work. You can't squeeze Street Fighter into a 16 gigabyte cartridge. You cannot squeeze Yakuza 0 into a tiny little cartridge. You just can't. If you want the quality of the game for the system that you bought, you can't, it doesn't work. There is no option of squeezing it like they did with Switch 1, where they would run it at 540p or run it at sub 720, and they would nuke features like WWE and all that. They would just remove things, or NBA 2K. If you want parity with Microsoft and Sony, the file sizes are going to be bigger. Like, you can't do what you did on Switch 1, and that's all I was coming from. I was coming from that angle, not from the angle of, oh well, I like this. No, that's not it. I was coming at the angle from game development. I know what it takes to get these PS and Xbox games on a platform with Switch 2. So the file sizes are just going to be big. You want all the features. You want it to look good. You want it to run good. You want it to have good quality audio, 5.1 audio, and you want all those good things. It's going to be a big file size. There's not 16 gigabyte cartridges for you, you know? Like, that's not going to work here. For like the major third-party games. I'm not talking about the smaller indie games and all that. I wish there was a smaller cartridge for those people. I'm talking about the major third-party games, you know? I use a Genki capture card. Hopefully at the point where 64 gigabyte cards is relatively cheap enough. We're not at that point. No, we're actually not at that point. We're not at that point. But what we're seeing is that developers feel that it might be worth it because of the install base. You know what I'm saying? Like, because of the install base of it. So yeah. But no, we're not at the point to where it's cheap. And to be honest, we might never be at the point to where it's cheap, because we never got to that point with the Switch 1. We never actually got to the point to where 32 gigabyte cartridges were cheap. It never actually happened. However, if you reduce the process and only make one size, that could potentially make things cheaper in the future. Switch 1 had like 4, 8, 16, 32, so it had multiple processes, so therefore it was more expensive overall. But if you just say, hey, we're only going to do one thing, and that's the one thing that we're going to do, and we're going to put everything into that so we can buy more in bulk, then that means, okay, then it can become cheaper. It can become like Costco, right? You know, like where it's like, okay, instead of offering, like, we don't have all these different other sizes, but we can focus all of it into making this the cheapest as possible. Yes, it's expensive, but it's cheaper than having multiple processes, right? So, because like the people that make the memory, they're not going to be doing like, hey, look, they're not going to be doing a bunch of different sizes, because most people aren't going to be able to use all the different sizes. Or it's going to cost too much to manufacture that different size process. So with the Switch 2, I'm hoping that obviously the adoption goes up, but that there's so many people that opt to use it and opt to order that it becomes like, hey, look, yes, it's expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth it to do it because the fans will respond and buy it. So that's what I'm hoping. But no, it's still going to be expensive. It's still going to be much more expensive than printing a Blu-ray. That's for sure. So yeah, hopefully. So yeah, that's really the whole thing. Difference with Switch 1 only had less than 10 games on a 32GB cartridge. Yeah, I don't even. There's barely any throughout the whole life of the Switch 1. There was barely any on a 32. Most of the big AAA games on Switch 2, on Switch 1, they used a form of a key card where they basically they put it like on an 8GB cart, or they put like one game on like the cart, and then like they made you download the rest of the game. So it was kind of like a very early form of a key card or whatever, right? Or even Xbox and PlayStation have done this before. So yeah, Switch 1 had it as well. It was just they didn't have a name for it, you know. Let's see. Oh, I just looked up, and there will be an upgrade for Switch 2 on FF Tactics if you own the Switch version. Really? I thought there was no upgrade, or was I thinking of Dragon Quest 3? Was I thinking of Dragon Quest 3? I think I was thinking of Dragon Quest 3 because I know Dragon Quest. Oh, sorry, not Dragon Quest 3. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D remake. So there's an upgrade for Tactics, but there's not an upgrade for Dragon Quest. That makes no sense. It's literally the same company. Hopefully we can get to the point where only games with large data like COD will need a game key card. Okay, yeah, that will be the that will be the move. But once again, just because a game can fit on a 64GB cartridge doesn't mean that they're gonna want to pay for it. You know, just because it can doesn't mean that it will. Like obviously, Yakuza 0, Street Fighter 6. There's a number of games that could have been on there that are actually fall under the requirement, or like the under the file size, and they didn't because they didn't want to pay for it. You know, they tried with Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, they tried and failed. But Mortal Kombat 11, it's like a game key card. Like you need to download data for Mortal Kombat 11. So I don't know. Has anybody played Mortal Kombat 1? Like the Mortal Kombat 1 on Switch 2? I'm guessing it runs way better, right? Because it ran at an unlocked 60 FPS, where sometimes it could maybe hit 60, but it was all over the place. So yeah, I'm guessing it runs a lot better. Maybe I'll pick up Mortal Kombat 1 on Switch 1 and just test it out to see how it is. Let's see here. Sega caved. Hopefully others do as well. I don't get the anti-game keycard stuff. Still better than Code in the Box or all digital. I don't think Sega caved. People are saying Sega caved. I don't think they did. I think they always were planning on doing a regular cartridge. At least I don't think I saw anything for... there was some information potentially that came out beforehand, but there was nothing confirmed. So I don't think they caved on anything. I think they just planned on actually having a new game use a regular cartridge. Like they weren't going to do Yakuza 0 and all these launch games that are already way cheaper on other systems. They weren't going to do 64GB cartridges for all those games. That would have been a waste of money, in my opinion. Let's see, Mortal Kombat 1 is still a little scuffy, but it runs better. Okay, still a little scuffy, but it runs better. Yeah, it would need a patch to truly get it to look and run the best that it could look, but it looks so much worse than Xbox and PlayStation version. Like, it pretty much needs, like, a real next-gen update. Like, it needs a real and which I think that's actually coming. I would not be surprised if at the next Nintendo Direct that Nintendo announces that they have a next-gen update, like a free next-gen update for Mortal Kombat 1. I would not be surprised, or maybe like even if it was a paid update, I wouldn't be surprised because the developers who made Mortal Kombat 1, Nintendo now owns those developers. They own the developers who did the Mortal Kombat 1 Switch port. The Switch 1 port, they own those guys. The guys that did Mortal Kombat 11, the guys that did Mortal Kombat 1, they own them as a first-party studio. So I would not be surprised if Warner Bros. And Nintendo and Shiver all work together to get a Mortal Kombat 1 free update or a patch for the version on Switch 2. If that was, yeah, Shiver. Nintendo now owns them. Let's see. Yes, Final Fantasy Tactics has a free Switch 2 upgrade. Okay, good. So you can buy the Switch 1 cartridge and then get the update. Although, once again, if you buy the update, that doesn't make it on the cartridge. It's still extra data that you download. So it's not like you actually get all the data on the cartridge. So keep that in mind. But at least the base game is there on Switch 1 if you want to play that without having to download, you know, whatever. Okay, yeah, I got mixed up. My bad. Sorry about that. No misinformation on my watch. On Player Essence's watch. Let's go. Shiver ye timbers. not worried about game cards because Nintendo's first-party games will have the full game on cartridge. That's all I care about. Well, if that's all you care about, then you're good. Yeah, if that's all you care about, then you're absolutely golden. You're good. Which Nintendo's gonna have a lot of games. Like Nintendo's gonna, man, dude, I'm actually super excited because I think Nintendo's gonna have one of their best outputs for games. Like I'm really excited about this generation. Super excited about this generation overall. You know, super excited. But yeah, man, it's all good. Super good. I play third-party games on PlayStation. I buy Nintendo consoles for their first party. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I also do that, depending on the game. But if it's an RPG, if I can get it on Switch 2 with anywhere that I want, I'm gonna play it on there. I'm gonna play it on there, unless it's crusty. Unless the Switch 2 version is super crusty, then I'm not gonna play it on there. But if it's an RPG and it runs decent enough, I'll get it on Switch 2 this time. Now with Switch 1, I didn't do that a lot. Like the Switch 1 versions of games were sometimes way too crusty. Like sometimes like way too crusty. Like so I'm like, nah, I'll just play it on PlayStation. But with Switch 2, there's an opportunity for the multi-plats to be significantly better, you know? So yeah. Hey, what's up, Nakat? Welcome to the stream, bro. He said Bananza's lit. Oh, I know you'd like the game. Bananza's awesome. Shout out to Nakat, man. Hey, how you doing today? All right, how you doing, my man? It's good to see you here. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Nakat. He's a great content creator, incredible, one of the greatest Smash players of all time. That's like no cap. I'm not capping just because he's my friend. He's one of the greatest Smash players of all time. You guys check out his channel, and he's one of the good ones, guys. All right, don't. I know some people you hear Smash and all of a sudden you hear Smash and all of a sudden you get a little antsy. But trust me, this guy's awesome. Nakat's awesome. You're not doing good? All right, we'll talk later, bro. Not doing good, but we'll talk. All right, I'll hit you up later for sure. We'll talk about some stuff, brother, if you don't mind. I'll DM you. Yeah, we'll talk later, bro. I got you, man. It's at these times when you're not doing well, man, is that, to me at least, when I hear that people aren't doing well and I know them as a friend, I gotta reach out. Even if you don't want to tell me, I still gotta reach out and say something because, man, bro, after what happened to, I'm not even gonna bring it up, but I don't want to. I'm not saying that this is with you, Nakat, but I told myself that anytime I have a friend or somebody that I know, even if they're just like an acquaintance, and if they're not doing well, man, like you got to make sure that you check on them or say talk to them, even if you don't know them too well. I've spoken to so many people that are just like my acquaintances on Twitter, and like they didn't even, oh man, thank you for messaging me, because they said that they weren't doing well, and I just said check up on them, and that can make the world of difference, especially if they have some good advice. So yeah, I'll hit you up, man. But the etiquette situation, I'm always very sensitive to stuff like that. If there's anything that I can do to help, then I'm gonna try to do it. Even like I said, just lending an ear. So yeah, it really does make a difference, man. It really does make a difference of if somebody isn't doing well, just to reach out and say what up. Like I said, even if it's like an acquaintance, even if somebody that you don't know. Luckily, like I said, I've known the cat for a while. I met him a long time ago. I met him almost a decade ago. So.
Sup, OJ.
What's
Did
up?
you hear the ridiculousness about people calling the Zelda actress for the movie #NotMyZelda?
I did.
Who did they want to play the role? Britney Spears. Oops. She did that Triforce again. Rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
No, listen, man. Here's what they wanted to do, bro. I did hear about the controversy, but it's manufactured, man. It ain't real. It ain't real. So yeah. So yeah, man. It ain't super real. I watched the early part of the stream in a bit, bro. There's weirdos upset that Zelda actress not Hunter. Yeah. Once again, it's people that are, you know those people, man. Like those activist people that are trying to make a controversy where there's nothing. They try to make it into something, and it goes on both sides. It's on both sides, guys. We see this every time with anything Nintendo does, like with the movie. Look at the Mario movie. Oh, there's just this woke girl boss. It's like, shut up. Okay, just shut up. Did you not know that Princess Peach actually knows how to fight and does stuff? That's insane. If you played the games, you would know that Princess Peach knows how to do all that. Like, what are you talking about? You freaking idiots. well, why is she like, no, that's how Princess Peach is, bro. Like, clearly, like if you play the game, she's in Super Mario 3D World. Heck, you can go, not even, we don't even talk about 3D World. Dude, we can go all the way back to Super Mario Bros. 2. In the US, Princess Peach was a playable character. Playable character. Knocking people out and doing all like, as a playable character. We can go all the way back to freaking Mario Bros. 2 on the NES in the 1980s. So people that are saying that, they're being stupid as hell. And it's just one of these things now. It's just a new version of somebody being stupid, trying to be some type of weird culture war, activist type of nonsense, you know, that doesn't even need to be, that's not relevant with what we're talking about. There's a time and place for all that. I'm not against people. If they want to have their own views, that's fine. Have your own views. But this is not it, fam. Like, this is not it. This is not where you need to dedicate your energy, time, and attention for your whatever you want to, you know, put your energy towards. Like when it comes to human rights or humans, this is not it. It's a freaking Zelda movie. Like it's not something that's gonna cause division amongst the fans, at least in terms of like, or amongst people. This is something this is supposed to be celebrated. It's Zelda. It's not anything negative, you know. So yeah. Word of mouth, Sonic Crossroads seems good from those who played it. Hopefully it means we have 2 great kart races this year. Yeah, that'll be definitely good. You mean grifters? Yeah, grifters, whatever. Grifters on one side. You've got, like I said, fake activists on the other side. Like we've seen it on both. We've seen it on both sides, on all sides. Let's see. Peach was in Melee. Exactly, Peach was in Melee in 2001, but even before that, like with Mario Bros. 2. No, I mean sometimes activists on one side and then grifters on the other side, you know, culture war on the other side. But culture war just explains the whole situation, right? So yes, both sides, grifters, fake activists, whatever, or people that are trying to woke, whatever the case, whatever you want to call it, right? You guys all know that stupid stuff. I don't subscribe to that. I don't watch anybody that talks about that. I'm not a fan. I think it's stupid. I think everything should be judged individually. In my opinion, everything should be judged individually. I'm not a blanket statement guy. Unless it's the Smash community. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Shout out to the cat. I just did that because the cat's here. I'm just joking. But no, man, like I judge things individually based off of like what I see, what's going on there. So shout outs. Big love to Super Christian Me World. Thank you for the combo break. Let's go. She had the float jump. Yeah, she had the float jump, but then she can also pick up turnips and pick up things and knock out enemies. She can pick up enemies and throw them and knock out other things. So Princess Peach was a G from the beginning, man. She was a OG from the. She was incredible from the beginning. It only took to Mario Bros. 2. Yo, Big J. What's up, man?
What's good, OJ? And did you just say, if you played the game? That's the problem right there. They don't really play games. They're a bunch of frauds who don't play games. Have you seen the drama for the new Ghost game? They keep attacking her.
Oh yeah. I've seen the drama, but that started last year, right? The drama for the Ghost game that started last year. Then it's kind of went into this year. But I mean, the game's gonna sell really good. The game's gonna do well, so it doesn't. That one, and you know, it didn't help that the actor for the Ghost, she proactively blocked like every single grifter on Twitter. She like proactively blocked, so it was almost like Streisand effect a little bit. She proactively blocked every single one of them, so that didn't help the discourse either. I thought it was a pretty G move though. They were like, yeah, let's go flamer. Oh, I'm already blocked. What? They were all getting ready to go flamer on her Twitter page. Yeah, you're already blocked. There ain't nothing you can do, fam. Let me just screenshot what she has to say and I'll go from there. Oh man. Justin with the $3 dono.
Just checked my Switch 2 profile. It's already saying I have over 10 hours or more in DK. I think I like the game a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Thank you so much, Justin, with another $3 dono. We are out here. Let's go. Combo breakers in the house. Almost at the platinum and a half. And you guys know what happens with the platinum and a half. My man, Cloud, comes through. Let's go. Also, another thing. We are 10 Elite Ninja away from the 500 goal. We have not been back to 500 on the Elite Ninjas here in a hot minute. I think since like 2 years ago, like a year ago or so. Before, like, I think we got a lot of gifts and those all kind of... But so, yeah, we are 10 Elite Ninjas away. Exclamation mark member. 10 away from the goal of getting back to 500. So I appreciate that, guys. Let's go. Big love. This is going to get me copyrighted. Metaphor music gets me copyrighted because Atlas is crazy now. They're crazy. But yes, grifters block people too. Yes, I know that, Monado Mario. I'm just saying that she proactively blocked... Before they even interacted with her, she proactively blocked all of them. So that was the funny thing that I thought that was like pretty hilarious. I think the reason Hunter person is that they are also 31. Why would you cast somebody that old to play a late teens, early 20s character? Yeah, and that's what people are not understanding. To Big J's point, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these people don't actually play the games. They don't actually play the games. They're just talking online, you know?
Peach can kick butt?
Yes.
That's woke. Zelda ain't a lesbian, she's an actual girl. Y'all hating the movement.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I'll... Yeah. Thanks for the $3. I appreciate it. Thanks for the 3. So yeah, like to Big J's point, a lot of these people don't even actually play the games. So that's Christian Bananza. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So yeah, man. Yeah, and like, yeah, once again, I didn't know Hunter was... Somebody says she's 26, but maybe she's 31. I don't know. But either way, yeah, they got 2 really young actors. So that's the whole point. Like to have really young Link, really young actors for this one, because maybe they want to make this into like a trilogy, so then maybe they get older as they go along, right? Like that's the best way to do it. You know, I mean, you don't want it to be like Stranger Things where it's like, oh, we're little kids. Oh, actually, we're 30-year-olds now. So I don't think they wanted it to be that long, but maybe it might go that long. Justin with another $10 JOJO.
Also, that's a cool change that they show your playtime after 10 hours and you don't have to wait number of days. I do wish we had a play activity though.
Yes, a play log would be nice. A play log would be really nice. I wish they brought that back from the 3DS and the Wii U. Yo, Party Man with the 5.
Peach like myself and OJ know of her capabilities and we're not shocked about how good she was in the Mario Brothers movie. People will learn to respect her more. OJ underestimated her in Ultimate and look what happened to him, lol.
I did. When we first played Ultimate, Party Man destroyed me. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I beat this guy every I didn't know Peach was going to be so good in Ultimate. Because I was smacking Party Man around in Smash 4 when he used Peach. I remember when we played, I remember the first few times that we played, I was using Sheik. And you're using Princess Peach. And I couldn't do anything. You were just stuffing everything. I'm like, what? This is not how Sheik works against Princess Peach. What is going on here? But yeah, I definitely underestimated. But I did it later. I definitely tried to adapt in just a bit, but yeah. Yeah, the new game buff was real, man. The new game buff was real. Big love, JoJo boys in the chat. Yes, sir. Combo breaks to the JoJo Friday. Yo, let's go. Big love. Oh, man. Yeah, I think Link's actor's like barely 16 years old. So, 16, 17. Psychopath with the 73 months of membership. Yo, let's go, man. And he says, yeah, again, even if they casted Hunter, cool. Well, yes, casting is important. Story is the most important. Yeah. Story, writing, acting, all that stuff is all really important, you know. So, listen, if they would have casted Hunter, that's fine, they cast Hunter, but, you know, I'll say this is about as controversial that I'll say with this. Like, if I was Nintendo, I would try to keep myself out of any controversial potential landmines, you know, that you could have. Now, once again, I have no problem with Hunter as a person or anything like that, or, you know, and if I was making a movie, like a movie, I would hire her for stuff, you know, like I have no issue. But if I'm Nintendo, I'm trying to keep away from any potential major landmines that you can have with, and that goes across the board, you know, that goes for everything. So, and on top of that, once again, it's a younger story, but, you know, I'd be super, super, super careful with casting, with everything like that. Just because, like I said, you know, Nintendo, super billion-dollar corporation, you know what I'm saying? Like, people scrutinize every single little thing. Like, it gets kind of crazy. So you gotta have to really be careful in terms of what you want to do. But at the end of the day, you pick who you feel is the best fit for the movie and for what it's going to be, and you go with that. They felt that Chris Pratt was the best fit for Mario. They picked Chris Pratt. Now, I do think that the Chris Pratt thing was part of it was because they wanted to sell the movie. Chris Pratt is incredibly popular. I know people online on Twitter or whatever hate him, but he is really, really, really popular, and a lot of people actually like him. Now, I know that doesn't seem the case because of the internet, but I'm telling you, he's incredibly popular, and a lot of people really like him. So I think that there was a part of that was that, yeah, okay, let's go with actors for the Mario Bros. Movie that are popular, because there's probably, like, they got to advertise the movie on their social media. Well, if their social media is popping, then right there, you get that going, right? And it's Mario. You want the biggest, you know, net that you can throw for Mario. So Chris Pratt for them probably made sense. It made sense. And I'm pretty sure he auditioned. If I'm not correct, he auditioned for the role. So they had other people come in and try the role, and he won the role. So it's not like he was just given the role, because I'm pretty sure they auditioned, and they had other big name voice actors too that auditioned for the role, you know? So he won it. He won the role, but I do think that maybe part of it was, okay, hey, this is Chris Pratt. He does have millions upon millions upon millions of followers, and if he puts up a tweet saying, I'm Mario in the movie, that's gonna get, like, you know, millions of impressions compared to, you know, somebody else that's maybe not as known, you know? So yeah. Yeah, we need to see the trailer first. People are jumping the gun. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the internet's not indicative of real life, you know? So yeah. Thank you for not spoiling the game with gameplay. Yeah, I'm not spoiling it. Once I do my review, there might be some light spoilers in there, but my review's going to be in weeks after all people have already beat the game or seen a lot of it. Some will still complain Nintendo doesn't make, I think, Studio Ghibli anime-style movies. I mean, I would love to see Zelda anime movie. You know, yeah, I think that could happen in the future. I think that they're going for a wide range of people to watch this. Like, I think they want to push Zelda like Lord of the Rings. That's what I'm guessing. I think if Nintendo has a vision for this, it'd be like Lord of the Rings. Like, if they can get something that's anywhere near as successful as that movie, then they're going to be well off. And I think that they probably felt that that would be the best bet to make Zelda even more popular, is to have it something like that, you know? Sure, they could do animation and that would have been great and all that, but I mean, I think that if you can make a movie that's, like I said, anywhere near as good as Lord of the Rings, even if it's not quite as good, but it has that vibe, it has that base, then I think that or if they can get the Lord of the Rings people to watch the Zelda movie, even that would be even better, right? So if you can get, because, like, you know, if you can get those people, it's a big base. It's a lot of money. It's a big base of people. They already know the people that would have wanted the animation style are going to watch the Zelda movie. All of us, we like animation, like anime and all that. We're already going to watch it, right? We're already going to watch it. So it doesn't matter if it's animated or not. We're going to watch it anyway. Everyone that's complaining that it's not anime style, they're going to watch the movie. However, if it was anime style, the people that like Lord of the Rings or live action that aren't into games as much, they might not watch it. They'd be like, I don't like that style, I'm good. So I think it's really trying to say, hey, look, we already know that those people that like that, they're going to watch it regardless. The people that watch anime and all that, they like Zelda. They know, they play video games, they know they're going to watch it. But the people that don't, that watch Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, can we get those people to watch? And I think that's what they're trying to go for this one, you know? I think I think. I don't know. I think. I'm not, I can't confirm it. Fire Emblem or Xenoblade TV anime series. Oh, those would be good. Fire Emblem or Xenoblade would be good. I mean, we did already get a Fire Emblem, short-lived Fire Emblem little thing, but yeah, if we can do Fire Emblem or Xeno, that'd be great. Exactly. Sometimes the best way to approach is to play it safe, you know? Play it safe. You think more likely to happen a general Nintendo Direct in the fall or Mario Direct this September that celebrates the 40th anniversary? What's more likely to happen? A general Direct is more likely to happen because Nintendo doesn't always celebrate Direct anniversaries like Mario. Like, they don't always do Directs for anniversaries of games. So what's more likely is a regular Direct. Kevin with another $5 dono. Okay. May I have goofy music with flying colors from Splatoon 3 goes hard. Yes, sir, Kevin. Thank you for the $5 dono. We are almost, guys. Yo, let's go. We are almost at that platinum-and-a-half combo. Thank you so much, Mr. Kevin, doing his part here. Appreciate that, my man. Let's go. Splatoon 3 flying colors. All right. Splatoon 3 flying colors. All right. Good stuff. Thank you for the $5 dono. Appreciate that. They did a Mario Direct for the 30th anniversary. I understand that, but they don't always do directs for the anniversaries of games. I'm aware of that, but they always do September or fall directs. So he said, what's more likely? So here's my thought process, guys. Here's my thought process. This is how I process information, because I took logic and all that, and I took econ and logic in school, and I did communication. So I think logically on certain things. When they ask me to make a prediction, here's my breakdown of this. What is the percentages that we've gotten of a Mario Direct? What for anniversaries? How many have we had? Not that many, right? Now, how many fall directs have we had? A lot more. So, by percentage-wise, logically thinking, the more logical approach is that what's more likely to happen. He said, what's more likely? One or the other. What's more likely is a fall direct. That's what's more likely. Because we went through anniversaries from Nintendo for various different games, and they don't have a direct for that. But we usually always have a fall direct. We barely ever miss fall directs. So that's more likely to me in my brain. However, does that mean that a Mario Direct isn't going to happen? No, it doesn't mean that. We can still get a Mario Direct. We can still get a regular Direct and a Mario Direct. They can do both. They can say, hey guys, we're going to have a Mario Direct and we're going to attach it to a regular Direct. There's all different types of things that they can do. Hey, we're going to have a Mario Direct that's just like a video that's just put out there. Like you just put out a video. Like there can be all sorts of stuff. But what I'm saying is that what's more likely is the regular Direct. Someone tried to come at Nintendo Prime. They're just projecting or just assuming the fact that Bo got the role. How does she know she wanted it in an interview? Like what? Yeah, because some people are weird on Twitter. Once again, weirdos. A sequel? Yeah, there's not going to be a sequel for Xenoblade X on Switch 2. That's not going to happen. I think the best that you could hope for, Sonic Slim, is a 60 FPS patch. It'll jump the 4th layer of Donkey Kong and give this so much content. Definitely up there with Game of the Year so far. Yes, a lot of people are saying that it's their Game of the Year, or it's going to be, up there with their Game of the Year and all of that. So yeah, it's a really good game, man. Donkey Kong is fantastic. It's so good. It's so good. So. Yo, Psychopie with the DK!
You're on the ball. Animation, unfortunately, is seen as not serious by most casual audiences. So making it live action will likely draw in a bigger audience compared to it being animated.
Yeah, and which I did know that, right? Like I did know that, like, for Mario, it doesn't make sense for Mario to be, even though they did a live action Mario, it doesn't make sense for Mario because Mario's designs, the way that Mario's drawn and the way that Mario is, it's too abnormal. The people look too weird, right? So it makes sense to do like a CG or animated for Mario. But for Zelda's more proportionate. Zelda is more, yeah, there's obviously oblonged and weird looking people too, but elves and dwarves and things like that, that's very common. That's very normal for people to, for people to look like that, right? We have that in society, but we don't have elves, but we have people with pointy ears, and stuff like that. So, and we have people that have, dwarfism and stuff like that as well. So that stuff is easier to do for a live action. So if you have a game that emulates that, it's way easier or maybe potentially beneficial to do a live action for that, so yeah. Shout outs though, guys. Appreciate that. I think we have, okay, no, we don't have to. We're gonna do this. Big love to Kevin. Thank you for the $5 dono. Psychopie, thank you for the $3 dono. We are out here 13 combos away. Only 13 combos away from the platinum and a half, the Buster Sword coming back out. Let's go. 90s live action Goombas were fire. Yeah, big cap. What's up, Mr. Black? Thank you for the stream, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, hit the like button on the stream, guys. If you have not hit the like button, hit the like button on the stream. They can do live action and animated films. To be honest, if Spider-Man can do it, Zelda can do it too. Enough stories to be told. Absolutely, they could do both. Absolutely, they could. They definitely could do both. But this is the first one. So the first one is like this. But remember, Spider-Man came from a comic. It came from animation, right? So Zelda came from video games. So animation and video games, not quite, the same, but it's not like it came like the same origins as Spider-Man. But Spider-Man came from a comic book. That was like what it was first. But yeah, they did live action. They've done animated. They've done both. But Spider-Man blew up in terms of popularity. Like when it comes to the movies, it blew up because of the live action. It didn't blow up because of the animation. It blew up because of the movie. we have had Spider-Man movies and stuff like that before, the Peter Parker Spider-Man or the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. But what blew up Spider-Man in the box office was the live action movie. That's what blew it up. Before that, I grew up with Spider-Man. There wasn't anything that was animation that was like, oh my God, this was crazy with Spider-Man. We didn't have anything, although there were movies. I watched tons of movies, you know, but the live action blew up Spider-Man. Yo, Justin with the $10.
DK Bananza spiritual sequel with Bowser instead?
A DK Bananza spiritual sequel with Bowser instead? I mean, I don't know if they do the same thing if Bowser... I think they'd probably have different gameplay mechanics if there was going to be Bowser. So I don't know if they do the same exact thing, but it's definitely possible if they wanted to. It's definitely possible. But I don't think they see Bowser as somebody that would dig. I don't know. I don't know if they would. Maybe. Maybe, Justin. Maybe. Shout outs though, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the big dono once again. Oh no, you did 13. Oh, you did the 13 to just round it out. Oh, yo, shout outs to Justin. Thank you so much, man. I thought it was 10. It was 13. Yo, thank you. Let's go. Also, that does get you tied up on the Hokage board too, I think, right? I think you're up there on the Hokage. Let's get you guys both up there with the 30. Thank you so much to Justin. Oh, yo, big love, man. Justin, thank you for the 30 total, and of course, thank you for the 150. So the platinum combo breaker. Let's go. We got to do it, man. We got to do it. Limit break in the house. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem could work live action. Fire Emblem could definitely work live action. Big love to JoJo. We won't play the notification. We won't play the thing, but we'll play the JoJo notification. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. I think Metroid can be live action. Yeah, Metroid can be live action. I think that Fire Emblem could be live action. There's definitely a lot. You know what would be kind of like the weirdest but interesting thing to do? Like probably not as like a high budget movie, but like an indie movie that I think that'd be pretty cool. Would be like Earthbound. Like I think Earthbound would be like I said, not a big budget movie, but like a smaller budget movie that you get, you know, the Itoi, you get him, you bring him in, and like I said, small budget, like a little Earthbound movie. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that could be like a really dope, you know, movie to have. Like I said, nothing like Zelda, nothing like Mario, where it's like a huge, you know, like, oh, crazy, but just like it's a little indie movie. I think that'd be great. What about Kirby, where he meets real world? That'd be like the Tom and Jerry movie. I don't know if I want that. Like Tom and Jerry. Big love to Justin, though, man. Shout outs. Let's go. JoJo boys in the house. Once again, 8 JoJos tonight. We can get that double-digit JoJo action. Next one up, Platinum Breaker at 200 combos. Let's go, man. Thank you so much. Netflix Earthbound movie. Yeah, like a little Netflix Earthbound movie. Exactly. Like a little, like I said, nothing too crazy. Like I said, an indie movie. Nothing too crazy. You know, smaller budget. Just like a little cool thing. Like where it's like some kids that explore and find like a, you know, UFOs, and then I don't like Stranger Things, right? Obviously Stranger Things is like big, super huge budget, but like something like that. It would be kind of like that, right? So I think that'd be pretty cool. That'd be like a pretty cool, like I said, smaller budget thing. Because like, I mean, obviously Nintendo doesn't see Earthbound as like a massive blockbuster franchise. A Metroid live action or animated movie would be dope. Maybe PG-13 alien type movie feel to it. Yeah, like a PG-13 alien type movie feel would be pretty good. I think that'd be dope. I'd be down. I'd be down for that. If they can make more of a horror movie similar to Aliens, I could see them keeping the Metroid movie budget relatively low. I mean, if they did a Metroid movie budget, I mean, they'd probably spend some money on it, but I don't think they'd do anything that's rated R. I don't think Nintendo would make a movie that's rated R. So they want to make it to where a lot of people can watch it. So it wouldn't be like a horror, like grotesque violence. It wouldn't be like that. I think Predator and all that, those movies are R, right? I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go that far.
Have you done the DK artist mode that I completely forgot about?
No.
Lol.
I haven't. I haven't done the DK artist mode. Maybe I'll do it at some point though, but I haven't done it. When Steam Deck owners mod it next week, you'll be able to dig as Bowser. Well, there's no modding with what's it called, with Steam Deck yet. There's no way to play the Switch 2 games on Steam Deck from what I understand. Like no way to play them normally or in any type of actual decent frame rate or anything like that. So maybe they'll mod Minecraft with Bowser, I don't know, and then say like make DK, make it look like DK Bananza or something. I haven't seen anyone. You know, Bob Wolfden, he did DK artist mode. There are some people using it. I have seen some posts of people doing it. But yeah, Wolfden did DK artist mode. And of course, you know what he made first. So Man, there are weirdos that want Nintendo to make an R-rated Zelda Metroid movie, though. Yeah, that makes no sense for them, from like a, you know, audience and all that perspective, to make like an R-rated movie. Not right now, at least. Maybe later. Just be hard to how the narrative would be told. Samus is usually always by herself, but they can find a way. Oh, they could definitely find a way. They can absolutely find a way. And not only that, but like they can also take some liberties with it. I mean, Samus, yeah, she's by herself, but sometimes she's not. Like Metroid Prime 3, that starts out with lots of other people. So you can definitely do it that way, like where you have branching, you know, paths and different types of ways and stuff. And so there's definitely ways to get it done, you know. And they can add more dialogue in, you know. They can. I mean, Mario never talks in the regular games. Like you see Mario talking, then all of a sudden he's talking a lot in the Mario Bros. Movie. So like, I mean, all he says is, "Here we go, yo, here we go." Oh, you know, Mamma Mia. That's all he says, right? And like he just runs in his games. He doesn't really do anything, but they turned it into a whole movie, right? So if they can do that with Mario, they can definitely find ways to get it, you know, get it done with Metroid. So Metroid could still be rated M. I doubt Nintendo would make a rated M Metroid. No, the game's not even rated M. So like, if the game's not even rated M, why would the movie be rated M? So that makes no sense. Let's see here. There's already an official Metroid manga. They can make the movie based off that. They're not going to do that. And I know there's a Metroid manga, but they're not going to do that. If they were to make a Metroid, like a Metroid movie, they wouldn't go based off that manga. They wouldn't do that. They'd make like a different type of, because like manga doesn't translate directly when if it's a live action to that. It doesn't just so they probably wouldn't use that. Banana movie, player says Rodon. Hey man, I'd do it. Pay me though. Dude posted how he made Bananza art out of a Bleener, and the surprise Nintendo restricted his chat privileges. That was you got hoaxed there, Cammy. This is so easy it is to fall for misinformation on the internet. This is why people still think everything's $90 games, and you got hoaxed. You got hoaxed. That's not a real thing that actually happened. He basically said that, oh yeah, he made a fake email of Nintendo sending him that, and then he also put in that same thread, he put the meme of me when I make up misinformation, when I make up stuff on the internet. So he just made that up. Nintendo didn't do anything to him or his account or anything like that. So yeah, you got interneted. You got Rick rolled. Oh man. Let's see here. There was already an animated Bayonetta movie too. Hope they make Bayonetta 2 movie like that. Yeah, that Bayonetta movie did not do well, so I doubt they're ever going to make another Bayonetta movie, at least anytime soon. Wow, is it really that easy? Yeah, it's that easy. I mean, it's really easy to get people on the internet. Like, it's really easy. All you got, dude, go to my freaking Black Keely video where I say John fired me from the Spawncast. Dude, I literally did a skit at the beginning of the video where I'm clearly, it's clearly a skit, and people are in the chat saying, man, he really got fired. Like, not everybody. I mean, most of you guys knew that it was fake, but there were really people that, and even at the stream, that people that came to my stream, like when I started talking about like flaming kendo sticks, like, oh man, like why would you? I remember did some dude say, why would you hit him with a flaming kendo stick? Or like, oh man, like people were actually believing it. Like, and I crashed John's Lambo. He doesn't have a Lambo, but then I crashed his. Like, it's actually not that hard to trick people on the internet. Like, it's not that hard to lie and get people to believe you. I mean, clearly, it's not that hard. I mean, you can work your way all the way to the top, being a liar. It's actually very easy. We see people do it all the time. Johnny with the $3 dono. Thank you so much, Johnny. Yo, let's go. 156 on the combo. Overclock. 156 overclocks on the board. Thank you so much, man. Funny, some people really thought it was real. Oh yeah, because of course people thought it was real. It was a pretty good fake. It was a pretty good fake. It wasn't bad, but I knew that was insane. They wouldn't ban him that quick. Like, that makes no sense. Bro, DK World is so good. I think you meant DK Bananza is so good. People love outrage. Make something up, create outrage, then it becomes a fact for a time period. Yeah, absolutely. There's still some people that that believe that Nintendo just bans your system for just anything, like you know, bricks your system completely to where it doesn't work at all for a million different things, you know. So yeah. Yeah, it was more of a rhetorical. DCG is making a living. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. No, it's all good. Psycho Fi. Just making a living. Oh man, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Yeah, I mean DK Bonanza is so good. Yeah, I knew that you meant DK Bonanza. It almost seems like DK World though. They probably had that name on the list. I would actually be shocked if they didn't think, okay, let's just call it DK. You know, let's just call it DK World, you know? I wouldn't be shocked if they thought maybe that was a thing. I want a Nintendo Direct. Well, you're gonna get a Nintendo Direct later. So we need another Black Keely skit, OJ. Maybe I'll bring back Black Keely. I took a year off last year just because I didn't feel like doing it. But maybe I'll do a Black Keely skit this year. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a really good one. Because I didn't do it last year, so I have more stuff has happened. So I can do more jokes, you know, I can make more jokes, because it's been a while since I've done one, so yeah. Just, they were like, no, we already have Mario Kart World. I guess back in the Super Nintendo days, didn't they name, or there's been times where they actually named, they'd use the name World for multiple different games, but yeah, I mean, having it back-to-back World, yeah, would probably be like, no, you know, so absolutely. People don't really like to take minutes of research and reflect. People don't. They like instant, instant gratification. So yeah. I think the next time that I'm gonna go back to Mario Kart World is like when they actually do some like updates to the game, which they will, like some like DLC and updates to the game. Which I think they'll probably have that at the next Direct. They'll actually talk about that. What's next for Mario Kart World? Let's see here. Black Keely and I Am Dr. Mario will be the most hyped sequence. I never did a Dr. I said in that video, this is my first, last, and only Dr. Mario, like, tribute. So, I gotta mean it, right? I gotta mean it if I say that. So, I don't know. If the next... I doubt the next Smash game has Dr. Mario, but if it does, maybe I'll do one in that one. I am Dr. Mario. And I am saving lives. But yeah, that's my most viewed video, is the Dr. Mario video. So yeah. I think it's crazy because of your PlayStation trophy joke. Many made those people quit watching Spawncast. After that, I don't see any PE slanders in the comments. Apparently, I still got some slander. Somebody told me that there is still some slander, but I highly doubt they stopped watching because I made a joke. No, that is not the reason why they stopped watching the Spawncast, because I made a joke about trophies. There's no way. There's no cap. They just got, once again, they just got tired of coming, like talking about it, you know? Kevin with the $4 dono. Thank you so much, Kevin. Getting us the 160 on the board. Hey, yo. I highly doubt that was the case. I think they're probably still watching. They just decided to just say, there's no need, I'm not going to comment anymore or whatever, you know? But I highly doubt that they're not watching anymore because I made a joke. Like, you can't put that on me. Because I made a joke about trophies? Yeah, right. Let's see here. It's the 10th anniversary of Dr. Mario. The 10th anniversary. Is it the 10th anniversary of I Am Dr. Mario? Yeah, it is the 10th. 2015, yeah. Okay, so maybe I should make a video, the 10th anniversary of I Am Dr. Mario, but actually put some effort into it. Dude, when I made that video, it was literally a joke for, like, Christmas. Like, I was working, I was working a regular day job. And I think my brother was there and we were playing a little bit. It was like Christmas. It was like around Christmas time. And I remember just basically like Smash had just came out. Oh, no, it had not just came out. Dr. Mario just got an update. And I'm like, let me just create some Smash content. And I literally did it just for fun. I was just like, I'll just create like that. I Am Dr. Mario. That's a funny video. Like, I wasn't thinking when I made that video. It was just for fun, as a side project, for whatever. And that video had no views for the longest time. Like, nobody watched that. It was like 1,000 views. And then I don't know what happened. Something happened over the years, and everybody just started watching the video. Like, I started getting like 100,000 views per year on that video, or like 70 to 80,000 views per year like 70-something thousand views per year on that video. It just blew up for some reason. So yeah, I don't know what happened. It was crazy. Okay, maybe I'll do a 10th anniversary Black Keely skit with I Am Dr. Mario. I think that'd be kind of fun. Like, I don't want to actually play Smash Brothers to do the skit. So if I do a skit, it would definitely be like maybe a combination of me playing and like Black Keely, like other stuff, or like me singing, or me doing something else, or me adding in clips from like Spawncast, or like making fun of other. It would definitely be something where I add something in, if I'm going to do it. I can't confirm, I can't, but it'd definitely be something that'd be a funny Black Keely skit, because it'd be totally random. Like Black Keely celebrates the 10th anniversary of I Am Dr. Mario. Like, that'd be pretty funny. Come on, OJ, you're being too humble. That video is on the level of Citizen Kane. yeah, right. Yeah, I know, you're just kidding. Like the man out here with the sarcasm. Big love. Thank you so much, though, guys. We are going even further than beyond. We are 40 combos away from a platinum times 2 with the JoJo Friday. So thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, what's up? Hey, Clark96, what's up, man? I'm getting your Switch 2 next week. I'm beyond hyped. Hope you have been well. I've been good. Good to see you here in the chat. Welcome. Shout outs. DK Underworld. Ooh, that was probably a name that they actually had too, Knight. Yeah, Knight 147 has a good one. DK Underworld. I'm almost positive that was on the message on the board of names. Donkey Kong Underworld. That sounds good too. I wouldn't have been. That would have been a good name. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about Donkey Kong Underworld? That would have been pretty good. I'm almost positive that was a name that they had on the board. Almost positive. So yeah. Another good question to ask. Who here actually got a Switch 2 recently for Donkey Kong Bananza? Anybody here actually got one recently for Donkey Kong Bananza? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if anybody got one for Donkey Kong. So yeah. So big love. Yeah, shout outs to King J on Twitter. It was so great. He was asking about the performance of Donkey Kong, and I let him know, like, hey, look, there's some slowdown in some boss fights and stuff, but for the most part, it's okay. You know, and he wasn't sure if he was going to get it day one, but then he just ordered it, boom, day one, or he ordered it already, arriving tomorrow, ordered it from Amazon. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. That's part of those Amazon sales going up. Love to see the hype. Love to see people enjoying good games, man. That's the best thing, man. So, so that is the best thing. That is the best thing overall. So good. Shannon Sharp also reached a settlement with the 20-year-old. Reached a settlement. Man, that's crazy. Oh, man. Hit that like button, though, guys. I think Mario Kart World DLC will include DK Bananza content, characters, and tracks. Ooh, that'd be really good. New outfits, new tracks, stuff like that. New area. Like, yeah, that'd be really good. I'd love to see that. Should have paid her the first time. She rejected the first payment. So here's what I'm guessing happened with Shannon Sharp. Here's what I'm guessing. I think they offered her 10 million or something like that. And I'll talk about it right after this. So that's a Christian with the 3.
I once made a video about Hideki Kamiya not liking the Switch 2. Spoiler alert, it was just the video title and it was about the janky leak. But my viewers took that title literally and ran with it. Lol. But now I got 0 views on my Switch 2 unboxing. Loudly crying.
I'll watch. Oh no! I'll watch your review so you can have a view on it. This man unboxed the Switch to nobody, bro. He said, "Hey guys, there's nobody there." You can't do an unboxing 2 months later, bro. Talking about where's the viewers. Wait, you did an unboxing recently? Bro, the system came. No, I mean, yeah, you clickbaited. You clickbaited and got clapped. The clickbait, the clap combo is a true combo, man. It's a true combo. It's a true combo, bro. So yeah. Says thoughts on Dreamcast guys, DK Bananza take. He's the only major personality I've seen been so negative. Yeah, I haven't watched the video, so I can't have a true take on it. But what I said before, when it comes down to it, from what I'm seeing, once again, I'm not accusing him of this, and shout out to Dreamcast guy or whatever the case is. But there's been a lot. I've seen a lot of PlayStation centric guys, you know, be very negative on anything with Switch 2, like more aggressive with the negativity with Switch 2 than they were with Switch 1. At the launch and stuff like that, because I think they see it as a little bit more of a threat. Not saying Dreamcast guy feels that way, but I'm thinking that the type of games that PlayStation makes that people like are very different from the type of games that Nintendo likes. So I think that's more of it right there. So him being negative on the Switch 2 or him being negative on Donkey Kong, it makes sense because he kind of likes more of the PlayStation style of games, which is, you know, not like Nintendo's games. So it makes sense that he doesn't like it. I mean, I think I could have guessed that, or didn't think it was as good as other people think it is. But yeah, if you actually break it down when it comes to the game itself, I think people that actually play games, you know, if you compare it to, like, let's say what he thought was good, which is Astrobot, or what other like PlayStation fans thought was good was Astrobot, I think most actual players will be like Donkey Kong smokes it, which is, I think we're gonna see that very soon with the sales numbers too as well. So CR was a $3 donut.
Unboxing happened the day of launch.
Oh,
the day of launch.
Oh, it happened the day of launch. Okay, my bad. I thought you were talking about it was later. Okay, yeah. I mean, unboxings, they're like hit and miss. You know, they used to be more popular for people, but it just depends. I think that people will watch your unboxing if you actually have a following. Unboxings are good for that. But if you don't have a big following at first, unboxings aren't good for the algorithm, because everyone's just gonna watch the big unboxings of the content creators that are big, that are known, that are, you know, and they're not gonna watch your unboxing. You're not as known. So you need to do something more unique than that, in my opinion. Like the vanilla videos, like just say news videos, or just like, you know, whatever, like unboxings, stuff like that's not going to get many views. Even on my channel, if I did an unboxing, I don't think that would get many views either, you know? So just stick with it, Christian. Just stick with it, you know? Combo break. Does anybody remember how fast the hold up. Does anybody remember how fast the version 2 Switch 1 came out after that improved the battery life? That was about 2 years, if I'm not correct. I think that one came out in 2019 or 20, I think it was like 2018 or 2019. I don't exactly remember when the version 2, but I can just look it up real quick. Version 2 Switch 1 launch date. So the version 2, God, when was that version 2? Nintendo doesn't classify it as version 2, so I think it was 2019. Better battery Switch 1. Yeah, Switch 1 V2. Okay, February 2021? Was it February 2021? That's what I'm saying. V2 Switch from February 2021 has battery life of a... gosh. Oh no, 2019. Battery life and charging times of the new Nintendo Switch V2. Yeah, 29. I got it right. Yeah, 2019. 2019 was when it... yeah, I got it. Yeah, 2019. Around August or so of 2019. It seems like I see a video here. Open surprise. He says, like, battery life and charging time of new Nintendo Switch V2. So let me check this video out.
Last week, I picked up.
Okay, he said last week he picked it up. It was August 24th, so it was in mid-August that it came out. You know, mid-August. So, yeah, everyone, Kevin, old versus new Switch, what Nintendo didn't tell you. So that was also 5 years ago. So yeah, August 2019. I love Astro and Mario. Competition is good, right? Yes, competition is good. Competition is definitely good. But once again, there are, like I said, if you like certain styles of games, Nintendo's styles of games, like where they actually do a bit more and do some different things, you might not like it. So when you ask me about Dreamcast guy, like what do I think of his opinion on there and how he didn't like it, it made sense to me because he hasn't been liking anything when it comes to Switch. And like I said, a lot of PlayStation guys have been trying to push away Switch 2 content creators, people that I know at least. Not everybody, not every single one, but a lot of them that I do know, like Mr. Pio or guys like, you know, Okami or some of these guys on Twitter, the Shinobi guy, like they're all just trying to push Switch, like, you know, they bought Switch 1, but Switch 2, they're just trying to push it away, and they're just not liking anything that comes out, regardless of how good it is or not. So I'm not trying to say that they're being biased towards it that way, I'm just saying that's what I see from a lens perspective. That's what I'm seeing with a lot of PlayStation centric content creators, that they're just kind of pushing everything away when it comes to Switch 2. So it doesn't surprise me basically that you know, that they're not. It's not everybody though. It's not everybody. Like I said, I you know, there's guys I follow on Twitter that are PlayStation centric guys that they're playing and they're enjoying Switch 2. You know, so. This is calling Astrobot competition is crazy. It's straight up a copycat game. I mean, it's still competition. You can copycat and still have competition. Like Marvel Rivals is like Overwatch. It's copycat, but it's still competition, you know? Dude guy doesn't like anything paid. He raised bait for the clicks. Easy to see that. Well, yeah, I mean, there is, like I said, and we talked about that. There is a level of, there's a reason why, you know, because you can get, you know, you can do better if that. I'm not saying that's completely it. I'm not saying that he's being dishonest in that case, but there is, I would say, other content, like there is a level to that. But like I said, he's a friend of mine, you know, he's cool. But obviously, we're not going to agree on everything. People want to ask me my opinion. Yeah, we're not going to agree. Clearly, we're not going to agree. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly. It's not just PlayStation dudes, the crazy PC dudes, most upset, angry about Switch 2. Yeah, crazy PC dudes as well. Yeah, there's also that aspect too. Yeah, that's true. But then again, I do think that most PC people don't care, and I do think that there's a lot of PC people that actually like the Switch 2. I just think that they're silent, you know. But yes, there's outspoken PC content creators, sure, that talk too much. But most PC people don't care or actually don't mind getting one, you know. Let's see. Wait, so the version 2 and Switch Lite came out the same year? That's crazy. Yes, they did come out the same year. I think Switch Lite came out in September with, I think, Link's Awakening. It was like around that time. I think it came out. Yeah, I think they came out very close to each other, if I'm not correct. So they made the Switch version 2 to replace the Switch version 1, but Nintendo did not advertise it as a version 2. So while it's crazy, it's not too crazy. Nintendo did not tell us, hey guys, there's this Switch version 2, and it has a better battery, and it's better than the Switch version 1. They didn't say that. They didn't say anything. They just called it, they literally didn't say anything. They literally did not say anything about this. They didn't market it as a new version of the Switch 2. They didn't say anything. Outside of simply, I think they just talked about it on their website with the comparison of the model or serial number, but they weren't advertising it and saying, hey guys, get this new Switch 2 version. They weren't saying that. So, it's not as crazy. Yeah, September 2019 for the Lite. There you go. So, a lot of annoying PC dudes tend to be former Xbox dudes in my experience. Yeah. I mean, there's a close tie between people that like PC and Xbox. There is that close tie. So yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
This game is the big.
Okay, hold up. Sorry about that, guys. I had that unboxing thing that I. So let me give you an example of unboxings, guys, and like kind of like this guy's channel. He does unboxings, right? And it's called Open Surprise. He does unboxings, and like, you know, like a lot of the unboxings that he does, you know, despite him having a ton of subscribers, 235,000 subscribers, a lot of his unboxings and like his Switch 2 videos don't even do super good, you know. So unboxings are really hit and miss, you know, very hit and miss. So, but it just depends. But his channel's good overall. He has a lot of cool videos, a lot of good Switch 2 videos and stuff like that. So I recommend it. I recommend it. All right. Let's see. I love PC on my Switch and Steam Deck, but I don't go around calling the second coming of Christ. Psycho Pie loves that Steam Deck, baby. Excuse me. Steam Deck's good, man. No, it's good. Once again, I think it's get what you want, man. At the end of the day, play what you want, get what you want, like what you want, all that good stuff, you know, all that good stuff. I'm for it. I'm for it. I am for it 100%. So yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Fire Emblem music is so good. Fire Emblem music is so good. Wait a minute. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna say, where'd my, what's it called go? Where'd my, where did my, what's it called go? My live streaming thing go? It's right here. It's right here. All right, guys, make sure you hit that like button. How many likes are we at? We're at, oh my God, it's almost been 3. What the, where did the time? Bro, I just looked at the time. Yo, crazy. We've already been going for almost 3 hours. That's nuts. Anyway, guys, we're at 112 likes. Let's see if we can finish out the last block, the last 15 of the stream. Get me your questions, get me your comments, all that good stuff, okay, guys? But let's see if we can get to 150 likes. I have not been pushing the likes as much as I should push the likes. So let's see if we can get to 150 likes ASAP. Let's go. 150 likes, then 200 likes maybe. Let's go. All right, let me close out this. Let me open up a new thing here because a new chat. So it's got a fresh chat. I tuned out the Switch 2 hate. I've been enjoying it. It's only going to get better from time. Yes, sir. It's only going to get better from time. But we also have to make sure, like a lot of you guys complaining about Dreamcast guys stuff, like we got to make sure that we decipher, that we split apart people that are being critical in what they personally believe compared to actually like people just, you know, being haters or whatever, you know? Like I said, I personally feel that a lot of these people that are talking about it in a certain type of way, they're actually just being, you know, what they like and dislike. I think it was a front for some of the stuff that's on the Switch 1 because I saw people say that they like Switch 1 and then I said, oh, Switch 2 is not good, even though Switch 2 addressed a lot of things that they didn't like about Switch 1, you know? So, and it has nothing to do with cartridges or game key cards or stuff like that. They would complain about resolution, they complain about frame rate, they complain about everything with Switch 1. They complain about the graphics, they complain about so many different things. Switch 2 comes and fixes that, and then like, it's worse somehow, you know? So I think that once again, there is some people that are being honest and being thoughtful about it, but then there's other people that are just being crazy, you know? LJ, I heard that 3D All-Stars runs better on Switch 2 because the new system update. I don't know if it runs better, but I think that essentially what they did is they made it more compatible, so like there's less issues or bugs or glitches. But no, I don't think it actually like runs better in terms of like frame rate or anything. I think the game's like if it's 30 FPS or whatever, it still runs at the same frame rate and everything. There was just some compatibility problems that caused there to be issues, but it doesn't make the game run like better than what it would run on Switch 1. No, from what I understand. Hey OJ, it's been roughly 7 days for me. Lost 2 friends and old coworkers since I knew since 2014, and another since I knew since 2005. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. Just another artist. Keep on pushing. I'm sorry about that though, bro. Really. Creosin Bomb, what's up, man? Switch to road taken. Oh man, the road taken, baby. Road taken. Says I played 20 hours of Donkey Kong already. I'm addicted. Clearly. If you played 20 hours, the game just came out. How many hours do I have? I was playing it docked and portable mode today. Let me check to see if I can actually see. I don't think I have 10 hours yet. So let me check. Oh, new Kong Bananzas are now available. Okay, let's go. I see everyone playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on my friends list for the most part. There are some people playing Mario Kart, but like there's like a million people playing like Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's good. Good stuff. Okay, so yeah, I haven't played it long enough. It just says played for 1 day. So I haven't played it long enough for me to get that that playtime yet. So I think once I get up to the 10-hour range, right, I'll be able to see it. So yeah. It did another update for a couple days ago. I believe they tried Sunshine. I think it runs better, but I'm not only fussed with DK this week. Yeah, I don't know if it does. I don't know. We'd have to test it out, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's 10 hours in. I have 7. I have about 7, I think. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll probably hit 10 hours this weekend because I know I put 4 hours in on stream. Before the stream, I know I put about like another. I think I put about an hour in before, or 30 to 40 minutes in before, and then I put some time in today. I think I put a couple hours in today already. So I'm definitely gonna be close by the end of the weekend for sure. I'll probably have 10 hours plus. So yeah. They need to get that frame rate up for Xenoblade X so I can finish it. I know, we need a patch. Hopefully at the next Nintendo Direct we have something for us where they get some the next wave of backwards compatibility patches. We got 12 games or 15 games or however many games that we got before. So I think if Nintendo did waves like every, you know, few months, every, you know, 4 to 5 months, they do like another 10 games or another like 5 games or like of backwards compatibility updates for Switch 1 games. To run better and things like that, that would be great, man. I think that would be so good. That would just increase the value of the system so much. I know one thing, I will have more hours in DK than I would on Mario Kart World, where I played 30 hours. Yeah, probably, you might. But I mean, like I said, they're going to probably add more content to Mario Kart World. So you'll probably be playing Mario Kart World a lot longer over the course of the generation compared to DK. So you also have to factor that in. It's just the beginning right now, you know? Like I said, Xenoblade 2 Upgrade Collection. Yeah, we'll see what they do. Those games would definitely not be easy to update. Those games you'd have to put some time in to upgrade those games to make it look good. So yeah. Very good. Shout out to Road Taken. The Roar version of Road. I love this song, man. Fire Emblem Road Taken, baby. This is so great. I love this. I love this game. I know some people don't like Fire Emblem Fates as much, but man, I love Fire Emblem Fates. It's so good. Y'all do realize Mario Kart over the course of the generation, right? Some people don't realize. Actually, some people don't realize that. They actually don't. They only think about what's right now, you know, and like what they're playing right now. Some people actually don't realize that. Let me give you guys an example of people not realizing that. Not everybody was here, but let me tell you, if you would have got the temperature of people talking about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, you would think that that game would not sell at all. Here's what people were saying. It's a Wii U port. We've already played it. What does it matter? It's the same game. Where's the new one? The temperature of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was, who cares? And I kid you not. I'm not capping. That was literally what people were saying. You can go back and even watch videos if you want. If you really want to dig those videos out, you can go back and watch videos and streams of people saying this stuff. And then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe became the best-selling game on the Switch 1. So a lot of people actually don't think about the generation. They just think about right now. Like, right now. What do I care right now, you know? So yeah. I couldn't wait for a patch. I had to finish Xenoblade X, such a good game. I'll do post-game stuff on the upgrader patch. Yes, that's a good way of doing it too. I just wanted to hold out because I just wanted to experience, because I already experienced it in 32 times. Like if they can get it at 60, which I thought that maybe they'd have something sooner. Well, no, I didn't think that. But I thought that, hey, look, there might be something potentially, you know? So yeah. But it's all good though, you know, it's all good. Let's see, bro. That was me when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was announced. There you go. Psycho Pie was saying the same thing. People really thought that it wasn't really going to be much. People thought, oh, I'm not going to play it. It's going to be this. It's going to be the same thing. It's not. And it ended up becoming the best-selling game of the generation. One of the best-selling games of all time. So, yeah. So yeah. We played Mario Kart 8 for 11 years. We really did. We really did, man. It was crazy. I saw Fates at my retro game store for $360 for Fire Emblem Fates. There's no way that the single cartridge was $360. There's no way that it was that expensive. No, it must have been the special edition that has like all 3 on one cartridge. It must have been that. There's no way the Fire Emblem Fates, the game itself. Fire Emblem Fates. Let me check out Fire Emblem Fates. Yeah, there's no way, because you can get Fire Emblem Fates Conquest for $34. You can get Birthright for $30. You can get the special edition for 117 used. That has all of them. That's the Japanese one though. But yeah, there's no way Fire Emblem Fates, the game by itself, is $360. That's insane. Yeah, let's not. Who cares about DSP, guys? Stop bringing that bum up. For the most part, who cares what he has to say? He only cares about a game once again. If he's getting tips, he cares about the game. If he's not getting tips, then he doesn't care about the game. So what he likes is based off of how much tips he gets or not. And plus, he's an idiot. He barely knows how to play games. He's terrible at games too, by the way. OJ, did you hear about the situation with the physical copies of Chained Echoes? I did hear something about it, but I'm not keeping up like with everything with that. I'm not keeping up with everything with that, so yeah. So what's happening with the Chained Echoes physical copies? What's happening there? What is going on with that? First Press Games took customers' money in 2022 and still haven't shipped. They keep pushing back estimated shipping dates and excuse after excuse. For a Switch 1 cartridge, man, if they put out something on Switch 2, you'll probably get your descendants will probably get it. Your kids or your descendants in the future will probably get it if they're taking this long with the Switch 1 cartridge. That's crazy. Let's see here. Did you see Dreamcast Bananza video? People have been asking me about that all streaming. No, I didn't. I'm not watching it. I'll be honest, man. I haven't been watching a lot of other people's like reviews of video games and stuff like that. I really haven't, just because one, I'm super busy myself, and two, I don't know this, Nakat. Like, I do watch people's content. Like, I'll watch stuff that comes up, like, you know, streams of yours and stuff like that come up. Like, I'll watch streams, but I don't watch people's videos like on gaming. I really don't watch gaming videos as much. What I've been watching recently, I watch history. Like, this is weird. This is weird though. But I watch history videos a lot. I watch videos. It's not weird, but it's just what I like. I like watching videos on history. I like watching videos on like World War II. I like watching videos like on history of video games. So I like Did You Know Gaming. I watch a lot of their videos. I watch a lot of retrospectives. I don't watch a lot of reviews on newer or active games, just because people just say all sorts of stuff in games. No sauce to Dreamcast guy. For a million times, you guys keep on bringing his video review up and all that. I know he doesn't like the game, but because people just say stuff, and I stopped caring, you know, about what people have to say about current games, because I want to just experience the game myself, and I want to not have other people's ideas put in my head when I play a game or when I think about something. Now, don't get me wrong, legitimate criticism is there. Like, you know, there's legitimate criticism, and like I can see that, and I get that. But it's one of those things to where it's like, you know, I just don't care about what other people are saying. And once again, like, there's certain just aspects of some of the vids that I've seen from Dreamcast guy that I don't agree with in terms of things, or I think is really awkward or just like weird, like, you know, about like how much hate before the Switch 2, like, oh, don't buy it, blah blah blah, it's terrible, and then like you get one, you know. So it's just, there's just like certain things that I'm just kind of like, I think I kind of tune out, because like I said, he's a homie, he's cool, like we're good, like I'm not hating on what he has to say, but I kind of tune out from people that, like, I don't watch Moodhard's videos, you know. I don't watch anybody that said that destroyed the Switch 2 before it launched, then went there and bought one. That right there just that I don't want to watch. Like, that right there just says, okay, well, I don't feel like watching. Like, that is one thing that'll get me to not watch your videos, you know. And like I said, I'm not hating. Like, I get the grind. I understand YouTube more than anybody, so I get why. I get it. Like, once again, you make a ton of money doing that. You make a ton of money, you know, being negative. There was a lot of negative stuff. There was actually legitimate negative things to say about the Switch 2. So I'm not saying that there shouldn't be criticism and whatever. I made some stuff that was also critical as well, but it was a bit overboard from some people. What I didn't like was, or what made me to the point where I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna tune out, was the amount of misinformation. So stuff that was misinformed and then never updated, and then, oh, screw this system, and then day one buy, and then, oh, now it's also terrible as well. So that's when I kind of just checked out. I was like, okay, we're going different directions here overall. So yeah. So I just kind of tuned out. I kind of tuned out after that. Like, anybody who did that, I tuned out. I don't watch the vids. I mean, I didn't really watch Moonhard's videos much beforehand, but I would check in to kind of, like, you know, after the whole Carl Jobs thing, I did, you know, I was subscribed. I look at the vids. I'm like, okay, he's here, and I actually watched a couple of the Switch 2 videos that he did, and I'm just like, okay, you know. But then when I saw that he got it, I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, I'm out. Like, that's what I'm like. All right, I'm cashing out. That to me was just like fraudulent. Like, that, anybody that did that was like low key fraudulent. And like I said, I don't care if you're, you know, somebody that I know or not. Like, listen, if I did that, y'all can call me out on that. I got called out on my take with Switch 1. You guys called me out. I had my friends call me out. and I have no problem with that. So I can give and I can receive when it comes to taking criticism with stuff like that, right? If you do something and it turns out to be bad or cat, I call you out for that. So anybody that really just, and I don't mean it in a negative, I don't mean it in like a bad way. It's just like, yeah, but anybody who destroyed the system beforehand and then bought it on launch day, nah, I can't vibe with that. Like, what are you buying it for? Like, that just, it confirms what I was thinking. Like, oh, okay, they're just doing stuff just because they know that it can get views overall. And once again, it's a solid strategy. I'm not hating on that. I'm not saying the same people. If people want to do that, that's cool. I have no problem with that. But I'm just saying, I am personally me. I'm separating myself. Like, as a friend, I'm still gonna be his friend. We're still cool. It's whatever. This is video games at the end of the day. Who cares? You know. But as me watching content, nah, I'm not gonna take the content seriously anymore if you do that. That's all. Let's say they say they buy it because they have someone who talks about game. Yeah, and that's complete cap. Like, that's let me tell you the reason why, Nick. As somebody who's been a content creator, I've been a full-time content creator for since late 2017. I started making enough to break even with my bills in 2017. Okay, I tried it in 2013 or 2012. I failed, went back, kind of got a day job, do whatever, and then I got fired, got let go, fired, whatever, from my most recent job in the early, when Breath of the Wild came out. So then I was like, you know what, I was looking for a job to do with the side, but then Breath of the Wild came out, Switch 1 started doing really good, and I started doing a little bit better on my channel. I'm like, okay, maybe Switch 1 can be something to where it can be a vehicle to help me. And then I'm like, let me just go all in on Switch 1. And I was still looking for a job. I was still applying. But then by around late 2017, it became a little bit stable to where I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm just breaking even. Or I have like nothing left over after my YouTube check. Like I have nothing. I have just enough for, to take care of myself, to pay everything, and I didn't stream back then like that. To take care of my daughter, to pay my bills, and to have a little bit of money for food. I had about $50 to $60 left over for food. Back then, you could actually buy food with $50 to $60. Like $50 to $70 can get you a good amount of food to feed yourself if you eat less, right? If you don't eat too much. So I had enough money to buy food for myself and my daughter. So I was like, okay, this is fine. So I'm like, okay, I can do this, and let me just go forward. But I realized a number of things. The whole point of this story is that I realized a number of things over making so many videos and seeing so many channels come up and go. I've been around for so long. I've seen channels rise up, get tons of subscribers, get more subscribers than me, then end up quitting. I've seen channels get a bunch of views, no subscribers, and they're doing great, and they end up just quitting because they don't feel like doing it anymore. So I know kind of what does well and what doesn't do well. Like, I have that, and DCG's been around for a long time too. So they know that doing a certain type of thing will get you X, Y, and Z amount of views on YouTube, So when they say something like, or when people say, oh, well, it's just for, it's because I talk about gaming, so I need to have, no, you don't. Because you could easily talk about something else for gaming. So no, it's a vehicle just to make money. It's not a vehicle because you have to. No, it's a vehicle to make money. Plain and simple. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If this is going to be your job, and you're going to have to, do your job, then do your job. That's what you feel is going to work. And also YouTube's algorithm also rewards that quite a bit too. But once again, differing opinions are good. Like the fact that not everyone's going to love Bananza, right? Not everyone's going to love certain things. But once again, I think it comes down to, like what was happening beforehand for a lot of people. It's like, there was no chance that the system was going to be well in your eyes because they were so negative about that. It wasn't like we're keeping like a straight, like we're going to go in there like one way or another. Now, obviously I was super positive about the Switch 2, but the reason why I was super positive about Switch 2 because Switch 1 was good. I liked Switch 1. So that's, of course, I'm positive about Switch 2. If you like the previous one, you're probably going to like the next one, right? So probably, not for everybody, but probably. So that's the reason why I was like, okay, well, this system's going to be good because they're fixing a lot of the things that I thought that was negative with Switch 1. Okay, it's more powerful, so we're going to have better frame rates and resolution. Okay, that's good. It's a little bit bigger, so maybe it's not going to be the most comfortable to hold, but it's going to be a little bit better. Hey, they're going to improve the Joy-Con quality build. Hey, they're going to make a better Pro controller. Hey, they're going to do like a bunch of different things that I thought that was going to be good. Hey, now we have VRR, we have, more resolution, whatever the case is. So they're taking the Switch 1 and they're making it better. I like the Switch 1. So that's why I was positive. It's like, okay, well, I like the Switch 1. It wasn't just blind, oh, fanboy, whatever. It was like, oh, well, Switch 1 was good. So Switch 2 is going to be good, you know? So, and that's logical. That's normal. Like, if you liked, you know, DS, okay, then here's 3DS. That's a little bit better. It's better. It's got this. So if you like dual screen gameplay, here's another dual screen. If you liked Game Boy, oh, here's another Game Boy, but it's an advanced Game Boy. Oh, you like Game Boy? Oh, here's a color Game Boy. Hey, that Game Boy was great, right? Well, here's one that displays in color. That was awesome. I was like, oh yeah, of course it's gonna be great, you know? Of course it's gonna be good. And that's how it's always been for me. Like, if they just make like a straight up sequel to the thing that I like, okay, cool. It should be pretty good. So that's why I was positive on it before. And now when there was negative news that came out, I covered it and I felt like, hey, I don't like game key cards, or I don't like Mario Kart World being 80. But that doesn't mean the whole system was gonna be trash. Some people were running misinformation campaigns on Switch 2, you know? So I like Switch 1 initially, but as time passed, it started pissing me off. All I wanted was a better Switch, and I got that. Love Switch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me too. As time went on, and as frame rates got worse in games, and as things happened, and as there was certain things that didn't happen with the system, it started pissing me off as well. Which, you know, I noted that in lots of stuff that I had, like my my review for like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, or my what else did I do? My review for Tears of the Kingdom. Still love the game, but I'm like, hey, look, man, there's some of the frame rate stuff here with Ultra Man, you know, definitely not great. So, you know, that happened as well, you know, that happened as well for me. I was also done with channel where all they make was Switch 2 video. It was misinformation. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how it is, you know. Hey, bro, how are you just saving for my Switch 2? Nice, Dane, let's go. Can't put DK Bananza down. Only 4 games the last 7 years that have been that good to me. Tears of the Kingdom, Bananza, Astrobot, Pokemon Scarlet. I don't know how Pokemon Scarlet would be that, like the vanilla version of Pokemon Scarlet. No, I can't put that as like. I can understand why you can get addicted to that game, but man, it was hard to be addicted to that game. It was really hard to be addicted to that game when the game didn't like you. Speaking of that, yeah, Switch 1, that pissed me off with Switch 1 and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And that's, I mean, yes, that was more of the Pokemon company than the system itself. But clearly, now that we have the Switch 2, we can clearly see that the Switch 2 overhead, it helps people that aren't as good because of the power that it has. So if Nintendo sticks around Switch 1 level, when it comes to graphics, you don't need to. Switch 1 is already fundamentally good. The amount of polygons and stuff, don't get me wrong, like PS5 obviously great and all that, but fundamentally Switch 1 games are built incredibly well. Just from a fundamental standpoint of how does it move, how does it work, what's the maximum amount of FPS that you can have, what's the maximum amount of resolution, like, okay, 1080p, 60 FPS, that's the maximum. That's already solid, right? Now you have a system that can do better. We don't need PS5 Pro graphics in a hybrid device. We don't need that. We don't need super PC level graphics. There's that for that there. There's that. We don't need everything to be the same. We can have multiple types. We can have like Nintendo in terms of this, what they do, and have the graphics that they have and have what it is, but just be better, be more stable and better than what it was on Switch 1. And that's what I think they're going to do. I don't think that they're going to try to blow out graphics to the point to where it's way better than this. Now, artistically, are they going to have games that look just as good? Yeah, sure. The next Monolith Soft game will probably look better than Tales of Arise. Absolutely. That's a PS4 and Xbox One game, and that's also on PS5, right? So they'll probably have, the next Monolith Soft game will probably look better than a majority of JRPGs. Probably not better than Final Fantasy, but artistically, it's going to look really good. So there's going to be a time and place for that. But at the end of the day, all I really wanted was, hey, give me better fluidity, give me some better resolutions, and yeah, add a few textures and a few polygons here and there, like on Donkey Kong or whatever, right? Look at Tropical Freeze, look at Donkey Kong Bonanza. Donkey Kong looks way better. Obviously, the resolution, all the graphics are way better. So that's good. Just, that's all I need. I don't need, you know, I don't need a $1,000 PC graphics, you know, or not $1,000. I don't need a $2,000, $3,000 PC graphics. I don't need that. You know, just give me something better. Just give me something a little bit better. It's a $450 system. I'm not expecting a PS5 Pro. If you want to play I got a PS5 Pro. That's $700 plus tax plus an $80 hard drive. That's really, if you want to play your physical games, it's an $800 system. I already got that. I'm good. Whatever comes out that graphics are the focus, I'll play it on there. I'm okay. You know, I just want Nintendo stuff to be better. You know, I just don't want to buy Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and it runs at 17 frames per second. Like that to me was the most annoying thing. It's like, I don't care about the third parties that are whatever. We've got systems for that. Just Nintendo. I need your stuff to be a bit better. Even if there's from some frame, like Donkey Kong, not the perfect frame rate, not perfect. I'd love it to be locked at 60, but at least it wasn't like where it was like where, you know, like Breath of the Wild, or like Breath of the Wild when that first launched. At least it wasn't like that. Love the game, but man, a little rough. Donkey Kong Bananza is nowhere near as rough, you know, for an ambitious game, right? So just give me that. Just give me that. If you can, lock it to 60 though, if you can. But the situation, like if you look at the launch build of Breath of the Wild and how that ran on Switch 1 compared to the launch build of Donkey Kong and how that runs, like both have performance issues, Donkey Kong is significantly better in terms of just the starting point. So that gives me, and it's obviously super ambitious, just like, you know, Breath of the Wild was. So that gives me, I'm very happy because going forward in the future, when the next Pokemon game comes out, or when the next, you know, whatever game, when the next Mario game or Zelda game, they're gonna have plenty of room to make sure that things run and look good, you know? Plenty of room. So, let's see here. No, I can't put down pre-Switch 2. Nah, I can put that down. Pre-Switch 2. Or, okay. Nah, I can put that down pre-Switch 2. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, you couldn't... you could put... Okay, you're talking about Pokemon. Yeah. Yeah, I put it down too, man. I put it down, and then what I did was I stopped doing side quests and other stuff, and I just beelined it towards the ending of the game. That's how I got past it on Switch 1, was for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I just beelined it, and the end of the game is actually incredible. The ending is really, really, really good. The story's good, and the ending's good, and the post-game content's good. But I just said I'm good, and I think Nintendo, they wanted me to check out the DLC, so I checked that out. And I played the DLC for a bit, then I was just like, oh, this frame rate, man. It might have even been a little bit worse at times. So I was like, oh, this is not good. So then I dropped the DLC. But then I got back to the DLC once Switch 2 came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this. This is perfect. You know, this is pretty much perfect. So yeah. But it's all good. I love Scarlet. No, listen, Scarlet is still really good. Like the frame rate and all that's bad, and the resolution and the graphics are bad. But the resolution's okay at times. But the gameplay in Scarlet and Violet is the best. Some of the best that we've seen. Like the actual core mechanics and Pokemon battling. That's some of the best in the Pokemon series, if not the best by far. But well, not by far, but definitely the best. One of the best. Like the raid battles, like the online multiplayer, all that stuff is really good. But like, you know, the other stuff is the problem. So yeah, I agree with that. Like I can understand why people bought Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, even they knew that there was the frame rate issues, and they still bought it because they wanted to play it. So yeah, I understand that the game's good. I was playing it too. Once again, I beat it on Switch 1. I did not beat Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2. I beat it on Switch 1. So yeah. Let's see here. Only beat 2 gyms in Scarlet. Called it a day. I was waiting for the update. Yeah. Yes, much more enjoyable now. That's why I get sick of the low budget kid game narrative. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plus, if you can't make a game as hyper realistic as possible, you know what that reminds me of? There was somebody on Twitter that responded to Ant Dude. And then he was like, because Ant Dude made a video about the Switch 2 launch and like how he bought all these games, and people were kind of attacking him because he bought a lot of games, and obviously he has a little bit more disposable income than others. And what you just said right now, I saw a quote tweet, and someone's like, yeah, but I feel like I'm being priced out. Bro, somebody in the chat said, if your broke ass is being priced out by $10, bro, you need to stop playing video games and eat. That just made me laugh. I was like, bro, why? He's like, if $10 to $20 prices you out, do you only buy 1 or 2 games a generation? How are you being priced out by $10? That makes no sense. Like, that means you don't buy multiple games. Even if you bought games on a discount, you're definitely not being priced out. But I thought what you just said would just reminded me of that. He's like, we ain't being priced out. You just got to buy less games. And that's just really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Like, I personally feel like, yeah, I don't like the prices going up. But when people say that they're priced out, I don't agree with that. You're not priced out. If you can afford a $60 game or a $60 game, you're not priced out because you've bought multiple $60 games. So 70 or 80 or whatever, that doesn't price you out over the generation unless you have no games. Unless you have no games, you're not priced out. You just essentially have to be more careful on what you pick. You've got to be more diligent on what you pick when it comes down to it. You just can't spend willy-nilly, you know what I'm saying, on games. So you just got to be careful on it. But yeah, that means if you're priced out on that, that means you don't really buy a lot of games overall. So that shouldn't price you out. That should. You just got to be more careful. You got to be more careful. And like I get it, man. The economy is super tough right now. Like it's super tough. Look, man, I'm getting priced out on things. You know what I'm saying? Because I gotta take care of my fam. I gotta take care of my mortgage, all that good stuff. So I get it, man. I get it. But that's not the barrier. If you played Switch 1 and you were buying a bunch of Switch 1 games at 60 or 50 or whatever, all of a sudden now you're like, oh, I can't afford. No, that's not true. That when people say that's on. Okay, yeah, that's not true. Unless you're just like buying all your games on Steam sales for like $5 or something like that. Then okay, I get that. I understand that because for what you could, if you spend $70 to $80 on one game here, you can get like on a Steam sale, you can get like what 4 games or something like that. If you buy them at $20 or if you buy them at cheap, then okay, I get that. So, but all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys are awesome. Love y'all so much. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Oh my God, we really did a 5-dayer straight. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, tomorrow, Saturday. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you have not seen my most recent video, check out my most recent video in the description or in the link here. So check that out, guys. If you have not seen it, check it out. Here's the vid. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being coming out to the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming through. It's been a great stream, man. I've had a ton of fun. Big love to the Combo Breaks and JoJo boys. I appreciate y'all, man. Seriously, let's go. And yeah, we'll be back with Spawncast pre-show tomorrow. And we'll see how everything goes tomorrow. So yeah. So yeah. Hey, also Devin, give it a try on Switch 2. Give Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on Switch 2. Give it a try. Trust me, it's actually it's way better than Pokemon Sword and Shield, Devin. Or is it Divine Go? It's way better than Pokemon Sword and Shield. Excuse me. All right, so shout out to Vincent, shout out to guys. Big love to Justin, Darius H, ending the stream is Hokage and Stream Ninjas. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Shaw X as well. And yeah, we'll see you guys. Party Man, Dior, all the homies. We'll see you guys for the next one. All right. Peace out, guys. See you guys tomorrow.